Crawford is a fight fan, and he's a fight fan's fighter.
The Ennis Express is a runaway train.
Ain't no pressure when you built for this.
Man down, round one. The truth hurts.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the undefeated super flyweight from San Antonio, Texas, Jesse Pnell Rodriguez! The universally recognized undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin the Dream Haney!
Stephen Fulton Jr. The Ennis Express is a runaway train.
Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, here is the skill, the highly regarded Devin the Dream Haney.
Man, yo, what up, man? We back in the building. I gotta do this, man. We gotta do this tonight. We gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? I got a few things I want to talk about first. We're gonna let the people pull up. Let me make sure. Hey, we always drop the link early because we get started late. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna drop the link accordingly. We're gonna be in order around here. We're gonna be in order. Shout out to my brother, Son of God. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the son, SOG in the building. Shout out to him. Shout out to Teacher in the building. Shout out to my OG in the building, Crush the Legend. You know what I'm saying? Man, I want to talk about this, and I gotta get started on it quick. As always, the link is dropped, man. Y'all pull up when y'all feel like y'all want to. Hey, it's on y'all. I ain't got no problem. We gotta stop the nonsense. I'm listening to people sitting out here trying to compare Bud Crawford to Floyd Mayweather. I'm listening to them trying to compare the fights of Canelo Alvarez against both of these guys. First things first, shout out to Dank Father in the building. Salute to my brother Dank Father. Salute to Crush. Salute to Teach. Salute to SOG. I'm watching this stuff and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, man, these aren't comparable fights. I don't think they're comparable. I don't think we should be comparing them whatsoever. Two different styles. Both of them got victories. I don't really care about it as far as the comparisons go. Because, and Teach said, why not? Shout out to my brother Teach. Teach said, why not? Why shouldn't we be talking about it? Well, the reason being is because we watched the Canelo Alvarez against an individual. I got you, Dank. Let me bring my brother on. Hey, Crush, shout out to the OG, man. Shout out to Crush the Legend. One of the greatest doing it right now, and one of the greatest of all times, the legend himself. Crush, give me 1 second. I just want to get this monologue off real quick. The reason I can't compare them, and Teach, you saying you can, pull up and tell me why. The reason I can't compare them is because they fought two different Canelos. I watched a Canelo who was letting his hands go against Floyd Mayweather. I watched that happen. Canelo was throwing in combinations in that fight. In this fight, and no disrespect to Canelo Alvarez, Saul, what people like to call him, Saul. But I watched the same fighter be a one-punch fighter. He looking for one punch at a time. I'm not saying that both of them don't deserve credit. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying none of that. What I'm saying is that comparing the fight that Bud had against Canelo to the fight that Floyd had against Canelo, those are two totally different fights. Two totally different Canelos. And so at the end of the day, my thing is that I'm giving both of them credit. We all gave Floyd credit. I seen people trying to take credit away from Bud, but I'm over here. We're going to give him credit. We're giving them all the credit in the world for the victory that he got against Canelo. I just think it was two different Canelos. I can't say which Canelo was best. I can't say that. I think Canelo has adapted, changed his style. Y'all got to remember, when Floyd fought Canelo, I believe, and OG Crush, I want you to fact check me on this one. I believe he fought him in 2014. I could be wrong about that, but I believe it was 2014. Am I wrong about that, OG?
I think you about right on that, Doug. Salute to everybody out there, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button for my brother Doug. Yes, I think you're correct, because at that time Floyd was 36 years old when he fought Canelo. Yeah, it's about 14 or 15, Dub, so you right around there.
Okay. Dank Father said 2013. I ain't got no problem. Okay, I'm 2 years old. I ain't got no problem. I'm pulling this off the top of the dome. I ain't the smartest person in the world. It is what it is. But my thing is that I think that Canelo's style has changed throughout the years, and the Canelo that Floyd fought isn't the Canelo that Bud fought. I think he has different styles that he's kind of implemented into his game. And so I can't sit here and say either one of them were wrong or had a bad performance. I think both of them had a great performance. I just can't compare their performance because of where Canelo is in his career and the fighting style that Canelo has. Back then, Canelo threw punches in combinations. I wanted to see Canelo throw punches in combinations against Bud. He didn't do that. And Bud picked him apart. But at the same time, when you throw in combinations like that against a counterpuncher like Floyd, shit, you open yourself up to more counter shots. So it's so hard to judge. I'm not trying to judge it. OG, you sent me, and I say this respectfully, y'all make sure y'all go check out the Grumpy OGs over there. I seen you had a short earlier, and you broke this down brilliantly. Stop comparing fighters of today to fighters of yesteryear. You didn't say them in those exact words, but that's what I got from your message. When, yes, Bud is the best of his era. Floyd is the best of his era. When we put it on the overall scale of who's the greatest, I don't know. Outside of and I say this respectfully, outside of Ali, outside of Sugar Ray Robinson, not Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, outside of those guys, I don't know if we can't compare these guys the same. It's a totally different fight. It's a totally different game. And so it's almost like trying to compare Oscar Robinson to what's my brother from? Damn, I can't call his name. What's my brother from? He played at Oklahoma State. Not Oklahoma State, Oklahoma City. That moved around. Got the most triple double. No, not Durant. Westbrook.
Okay.
It's different styles. Oscar Robinson was mean in his time. Oscar Robinson was that guy. He was a dog.
Big O was vicious.
Man. But then we have to give the same credit to what everything that Westbrook has done. He ain't won no championship, but he's still a dog out there, right? So it's a different comparison because they played in different times, different leagues. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to get a triple-double now than it was back then. The game was much more physical back then than it is now, but I think it's more skillful now than it was back then. It's just different. And that's how I look at boxing. It's not the same game. It's not the same. And so to compare these guys, to say who's, and I'm gonna be honest, I think if you ever try to press me for a top 10, I may never have a true top 10 of boxing. May never have one. Because the skill sets were so different in the different eras that it's hard to compare them to each other. And that's kind of how I look at this right here. I don't think anybody should denigrate Canelo. I don't think they should denigrate Bud. I don't think Floyd. I don't think any of these guys should be denigrated. I could tell you who won fights and when they won fights and how they won fights. But it shouldn't be denigrated as to how they won fights in their era. Hence the reason, shout out to the OG, when he put out the video earlier today saying, stop comparing these guys to different eras because the eras were different. I thought that was a brilliant point. I thought that was brilliant. And the reason it's brilliant is because I don't know what Bud would have been. I can project and say what I think, but I don't know anything about what Bud would have been back in those eras. I don't know what Floyd would have been back in those eras, right? We came from a time, speaking, and I'm a basketball fanatic as well, so I'm going to speak basketball and bring it to the sport of boxing. I remember there was a time you could clothesline a motherfucker. You could hit him with an elbow. When I came up in the sport of boxing, in the sport of basketball, they used to tell me, if somebody trying to cross your face, you put a bow in their chest. You don't let nobody run free through the paint. You put a bow in their chest. Now you do that, get what? You got a flagrant foul. Hell, you might be kicked out the game depending on who the ref is. It was different. It was different. And boxing is the same way. Boxing was more physical back then. It wasn't, and I'm not, once again, I think the same way I think skills. I think Steph Curry could have went back in them days and outshot a lot of them guys. Steph Curry the best shooter ever in the sport of basketball. But if he had to run through that lane when he trying to run those different screens and those things, somebody put a ball in your chest, nigga, you're not running through none of that. You're not even gonna be able to get your shot off. You might be hurt for the game when somebody especially if it's Bill Laimbeer or Dennis Rodman. They put that ball in your motherfucking chest. It's different. And that's how I look at boxing. It's a different sport. Joe Dumars could have been one of the greatest shooters of all time. Man, Joe Dumars had to dog it out with them guys. They weren't playing with Joe. Shout out to my sister Angie, baby, man. Salute to Angie, baby.
Blessings, Angie, baby.
They weren't playing with them guys back then. Now you put your hands on somebody, it's a flagrant. Oh, well, he ain't had a ball. It's all other you got fines coming. It's all other type of things coming. But at the end of the day, the cream rise to the top. And I think that's what we've seen. Although Bud Crawford didn't wasn't fighting back in them days, Canelo wasn't fighting back then. My brother BVO said that Canelo is the greatest fighter of this era. Well, he can't be the greatest fighter of this era no more when a nigga go move up 2 weight classes and whoop your ass. He ain't the greatest. Bud Crawford is the greatest fighter of this era right now. Of this era. Shout out to Texas G. Texas G, I got a problem with you. Texas G said he'll sell me out for a pack of donuts and some cigarettes if necessary. That's what Texas G said. He ain't said in those words. That's what I took it as. All I'm saying is stop with the nonsense. Stop with the cap. Give these fighters credit for what they do in their era. We can't it's so hard to compare eras. Would y'all tell me that Floyd Mayweather is better than hold on real quick. I gotta put this on the screen. I gotta put this on the screen right here. Hey. That nigga said, hey, it ain't gotta be a pack of cigarettes, man. A pack of annihilators and I don't even know what this is. What is that? Something orange. Or Shasta Orange. Is it Shasta Orange? I don't even know what Shasta Orange is.
Oh, it's called Shasta. It's a soda, Dub. Shasta.
So
Shasta soda.
The man Shasta. The man said he'll sell me out for a pack of annihilators and some Shasta. Shout out to him, man. I ain't mad at you. Sell me out for whatever. The great thing is I ain't never gonna be in trouble like that. But all I'm telling you is it's hard to compare these eras. I can't say that Floyd was better than Muhammad Ali. I can't say that. I don't even know if Muhammad Ali was better than Joe Louis. They never fought these are different eras. And I don't think people understand the whole concept of eras. I don't think people understand it. I think people just want to get out here and say what they want to say. They want to do what they want to do and make, now Bud top 10, Bud this, that. Cool. I ain't got no problem. Now when we go back and watch and we go back and see, well, okay. I can name 10 fighters that even though they have losses, were better than Bud, in my opinion. And this is why I say I don't want to denigrate Bud Crawford. I want to uplift that brother because once again, shout out to him for putting hands on Canelo. Shout out, but at the same time, I can't compare him to Floyd. I can't compare him to the guys that he never had a chance to fight. I can't compare him to an era where, in my opinion, there were better boxers. There were better fighters. I can't compare him to that era. And there's no reason to do it. At the end of the day, let's just give credit what credit is due. And I want to pass it to you, OG. You, like I said, you had the thumbnail. You had the short.
The short. Yes.
Where you came out and you basically said exactly what I'm saying, and I appreciated everything that you said there. And the reason being is because how can we compare these guys? Give me your breakdown on comparing errors to errors and all this other kind of stuff that people want to do.
It's an oxymoron. Now it's good for conversation when you're not too much creative in conversation. So we live and we put our minds in the realm of fantasy. There's nothing wrong with that, but that passion for that fantasy, people try to make it a reality. But then they got to come back to reality and say, this don't exist. It does not exist. The comparison does not exist because they did not exist in the same era. There's a video out there. Bud Crawford said it out of his mouth. I'm the best of my era. He's the GOAT of his era. No need to compare us. Terrence Crawford, the greatest of this era. The pound for pound king said this out of his own mouth. But I didn't have to hear it from Terrence Crawford to know this. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. You can't say what Ali would have did in this era. You don't know. We don't know. So you can always, there's no such thing as greater when it comes to a person. What I mean by comparison, a great is a great. There's no such thing as, oh, well, he's greater. Well, he's greater. He's greater. They all great. What do you mean? This is not math. You're talking about a comparison between two people who were great in their era. You only can compare these guys to their peers of the era. I know it gets boring, and I know in some subjects of sports it's very short, but that's what it is. We can't go on what we rather for things to be. That's what's wrong with the world. So I take it for what it is, for a grain of salt. I'm not going to act like it's a grain of sugar. It just isn't. So you can't do that. It's a lovely thing to think about and to imagine what would happen if these guys fought in the same era. But ladies and gentlemen, take that fantasy and wet dream and save it for something that's more likely to come into fruition, as already been written or stated. That's just what it is. So, Terrence Crawford, Floyd Mayweather, Ray Robinson, Muhammad, all these guys, none of these guys are greater than the other. They all are great. Most of these guys are Hall of Famers. You don't say, well, he's more of a Hall of Famer than this guy. No, a famer is a famer. A great is a great. The only time it becomes greater if one conquers the other. That's not going to happen because they simply did not go to war in the same era. So it is no other way to break it down but like this. And hopefully for some, it's the last time that it could be broken down, because how many times we going to go through this? Let's just get past that part and enjoy what Terrence Crawford has done.
Crush, we're going to continue to go through it. And the reason we're going to continue to go through it is because I look at you as a savant, right? You're a savant as far as the sport of boxing go. You be out of order now. You be out of order. But the boxing knowledge, right, is there. And everything you're saying is absolutely correct. Ain't no way I can sit here and say that these guys today are better than those guys back then. Those guys fought 15 rounds, right? Hey, niggas will tell me now, and I still stand on this. If you gotta fight 12 rounds, we see individuals struggling. Canelo Alvarez, for example. We see him struggling to fight the 12 rounds that it come down to. When you face a different style, Canelo told you himself, man, that style, I just couldn't figure the style out. I couldn't figure it out. Well, why you couldn't figure it out? The reason you couldn't figure it out is because boxing has gotten so basic. And in my opinion, I said this earlier, man, you got to be able to fight multiple styles to be gritty, to be a true champion. You got to fight multiple styles. These guys don't fight multiple styles no more. Guys think that if I can walk you down, then I can beat you. Well, what happened when you get on, when you get in the ring with a guy who understands I can fight you from the back foot, and then if you want to walk me down, I can push you back. We've seen that a lot in the older fight, in the older eras. Let me put it that way: the older eras, the earlier eras. We've seen that a lot. Nah, I gotta have multiple styles the way if I want to win the fight. If you counteract my style, then guess what I gotta do? I gotta switch it up to make sure I'm effective. When you ever heard those guys say, "Nah, I just couldn't figure out this style"? You ain't hear that. The reason you ain't hear it is because those guys, they trained in multiple styles. Not all of them fight in multiple styles, and not all of them, not all, but a lot did. My hope, I give Bud all the credit in the world once again. At the same time, what would Bud do against some of them older guys? We will never know. So how about we just give credit where credit is due, stand on our square as far as how we pick the fights and those type of things, and move forward. Let's not move the goalposts. Let's not put the goalposts in our back pocket and run to a whole nother field. Let's not do that. Let's just sit here and say, man, that man was special at that time. At this current moment in time, Bud is in my opinion, Bud and Usyk, I give Usyk credit as well. They're the most special fighters of this era right now. Bud has done it. I seen somebody say, man, Bud can't go up there and beat Usyk. Well, he ain't supposed to. Usyk went from cruiserweight, undisputed, to heavyweight. Bud ain't even made it to the 75 yet. And he talking about moving back down. Chris, was Bud daring to be great in your opinion in this fight?
No. But it turned out to be that way. The only reason why I say no is because the reason his reason behind it, but it was a great move and he made boxing history. Like I'm gonna keep telling you, I don't like to sound like a broken record, but we all know it. For the love of money, baby, like the OJ said, that man want to maximize his money. And he went out there and said, man, I'm gonna buy me a fight that's gonna bring me more money than the EJ fight. That was his plan. No matter who it was, that was his plan. No matter what accolade was coming with it or not. That was Bud Crawford's plan. Nothing wrong with that. He achieved it. Something that a lot of your favorite fighters are still trying to do today, but I ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I mean? But at least somebody got it done. Terrence Crawford got it done. And like I said, man, he done messed it up for a lot of these guys, because now everybody else got to get to going. Because this man that did it, so now it's up to the ones right behind him, what y'all gonna do. But this man did exactly what he said he was gonna do, and it was the checkmate, and it turned out to make boxing history. And it turned out to be a dare to be great. Strategic move by Bud Crawford. I love the way he moves, man. I love it.
Hey, real quick, shout out to my brother Cosby. I agree 100% though. I disagree with this. I think this was an opportunity for him to dare to be great. And he proved that he's great. I disagree when, was it about the money? Absolutely. I think all fights are about the money. But at the same time, when you go up and fight an individual like Canelo Alvarez, Bud could have made money if Bud would have went and fought Charlo. And I had Bud losing against Charlo. I thought he would beat, let me rephrase that. I had Canelo winning that fight. I was rooting for Bud. I thought Canelo should have won the fight. And or let me rephrase that, not should have won the fight. I thought he would win the fight. Man, Bud proved me wrong there. I don't think it was just a money grab. I think Bud did something we ain't never seen. I ain't gonna say ever seen. I ain't gonna say that. Let me rephrase that. We've seen fighters move up 2 weight classes, those type of things, 3 weight class, whatever it is. We done seen fighters do it. But I don't think we've seen anybody move up and fight the number 1 guy the way Bud did. I don't, and correct me if I'm wrong, OG. I always say y'all smart, y'all historians. You know what I'm saying? Y'all historians of the sport. I don't know if I'm even old enough to be a historian of the sport. Pirro. Oh, I thought that was Pirro, man. That's Picasso. Shout out to Picasso. Man, I gotta say this. A lot of these guys that was picking Canelo Alvarez, where y'all at, man?
Well,
where y'all at?
I can answer
that. Hold on.
Well,
go ahead. I'm gonna let you answer. Let me
let me just let you take a breath for a second, Dub, and I'll simply answer that for you. It's simple. They are in hiatus. You know, when the season changes, certain animals they go tuck away. And this is the season for the Canelo fans to go tuck themselves away. This beatdown, this awesome clinic that Terence Crawford put on Canelo Alvarez has put a silent asylum on the Canelo fans. All the Cinnamon Red fans are silent. No matter what they are, no matter if they Mexican American, Black American, whatever they are quiet because they act like this would never happen. But they was all living in a delusion anyway, because they was acting like this man has never been beat before. But he has, and he got beat for a 3rd time. And the 3 times this man got beat, he got belt the ass. We must bring that up since we talking about it. The 3 defeats that Canelo Alvarez has, ladies and gentlemen, they was all belt to ass. No matter who it was Floyd, it was Goodwin, and it was Bud. It don't matter who you think who did it better. They all put belt to ass on Cinnamon Red. Do anybody disagree? This is just facts.
And shout out to my brother, Son of God, man. Son of God said, Doug, got a question for you. Question for the panel. Tell me what fighter you would compare Bud to back in the days. And this is the problem. This is exactly what I'm saying. Shout out to my brother, Son of God. I wouldn't compare him to none of them guys. It's a different era. So I can't compare him to him because what they had to go through to get championship fights, what Bud had to go through, it's not the same. What being in the 4-belt era versus the 1-belt era, the 2-belt era, whatever era you want to call it, I can't compare him to any of them guys. I can only compare him to the era that he's in. Trying to rack my brain to compare him to a certain fighter back in those days, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't compute in my mind. Maybe I always tell y'all, most of y'all smarter than me anyways. At the same time, because it doesn't compute in my mind, I can't compare him to any of those other guys because back then, you ain't have no choice but to fight the best. I ain't gonna say no choice. Let me rephrase that. I ain't gonna say no choice. They had a different type of grittiness in them. I think Bud wanted the fights. Wasn't able to get them. I don't blame him for it. But at the same time, he didn't fight those same guys. I remember a time we used to say, man, the best fight anybody We want to see the best against the best. Back then, you had the opportunity to fight anybody. Today, it's something totally different. Everything is about the money. It's about the paycheck. That's what it's about. The reason I say Bud is a little different is because I think if Bud would have fought Charlo, right? I think there's money to be made there. But to move up and to fight what my brother BVO would say is the greatest fighter in the world right now, I would disagree with him, but that's what my brother would say. I think that Bud understood, well, shit, what's the point of me fighting Charlo when Charlo went out there against Canelo and took a knee? He gave the fight up. Now I'm gonna go beat him. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go beat him. And that's what Bud did. All I'm saying at the end of the day, and I got my uncle in the building, man. Shout out to Uncle Shelton. All I'm saying at the end of the day, today's fight game is different from yesteryear's fight game. And the dog, the real dog in today's fight game is Bud Crawford right now. I think we have to say that. I think we have to give him credit for that. I think that and me and Uncle Shelton, shout out to Uncle Shelton, me and him, we done had bets on fights previously. I'm gonna pay my bet. But I done seen niggas say, well, Bud didn't get to stop it, so I ain't got, nah. Bud put hands on Canelo. That's what happened. I done heard folks tell me Canelo is the greatest of this era. He can't be the greatest of this era when he just got whooped like he got whooped. Bud Crawford older than Canelo Alvarez is. Less fights. I believe Bud is 39 now, and Canelo is 35. I could be wrong about that.
Bud is 37. He'll be 38 tomorrow, I think. I think he's 38 tomorrow.
Yeah, Bud is 38. He's 38.
38 versus 35. Well, when Canelo get up there and say, oh, my body ain't reacting, I see it, but I can't do it. Well, that's on you. Bud older than you, and he seen it and did it. Stop with the crying shit, man. Give these folks credit.
But that's 60. But you can't understand why he would say that, because it is 69 fights in. That's a lot of fights. That's a lot of training camp. That's a lot of running. He ain't the same.
Uncle Shelton, give me an opening statement, man. I got you.
Bud Crawford is the best fighter of this era, hands down, no question. And I'm not saying that. The guy who I had as my pound, no. The guy who I had as my pound for pound number one says that.
Who is that?
Alexander Usyk says that.
We ain't got no dick. You can't dispute that, can you? You can't dispute that.
I'm not gonna argue with Usyk. Crush, you gonna argue with Usyk? I'm not gonna argue with him.
Nope.
Man, my thing is, it ain't so much about. I just see so many guys out here. Y'all want to hate on Bud. I ain't the biggest Bud fan. Not even close. But I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. And it's so interesting listening. Well, Bud couldn't beat. Well, how you know he couldn't beat anybody? You can't say that. All you can say is in his era, that man done beat the best guys. We thought EJ was the goods. Uncle Shelton, correct me if I'm wrong. I rolled for EJ. I said, man, ain't no way Bud beat EJ. Correct me if I'm wrong. Bud went in there and put hands on EJ and made it a little
You said
easier.
EJ was gonna run through him. You said EJ was too big and too strong. I told you Bud was gonna beat him like he was a redhead stepchild. Did I not?
That's and that's a fact. That's a fact. And what I said when Bud won, what I told you. Shit, I came at.
You say, goddamn, he wrote. You said you was right. I was wrong.
Bud with a better man.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want from me. And so all I'm trying to tell you, same thing with Canelo. I had a 60-40 for Canelo. Canelo came in there throwing one punch at a time. Bud throwing combinations. He utilized the jab, went up and down with it. I thought Bud hurt the man with a body shot a couple times. The stab jab to the body, in my personal opinion. That's my opinion. All I'm saying is I ain't got to be right about every fight, but credit due is necessary in boxing.
Let me ask both of y'all a question. You first, Crush. Where you got Bud all time?
Right now, I got him in the top 25.
Okay, accept that. Doug, where you got him?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. It like I spoke on earlier. It's hard to compare errors. It's so hard to compare errors to me that I can give him number one in this era. All time, I don't know. I don't know.
With his accolades, I got him top 15 all time.
All right, let me ask this. When you say top 15, or when you say where I put him, are you asking me who do I think he can beat?
No.
Okay, just accolade wise, or
I'm saying in the history of boxing, since we know boxing was started in the 1700s to now, I say Bud Crawford is one of the 15 best fighters ever.
I would probably say I give him top 20. I think he's one of the top 20 fighters of all time.
That's cool. Yeah, I can go with that. That's cool. That's logical.
And I wouldn't say that he's 20. I would probably say top 17, something like that. Right.
Here's my Mount Rushmore. This is my Mount Rushmore of boxing. I got first Henry Armstrong. Anybody who won the lightweight, the bantamweight, and the welterweight titles, and defended all three titles at the same damn time. I can't. There's nothing you can say to that. I say nothing you can say to that.
But boxing was different back then, OG.
But you got to make weight for all three belts. You see what I mean?
I agree with
that. You can't. There's nothing you can say about that. That's my first guy. Second guy is Sugar Ray Robinson. One-time welterweight champion. 5-time middleweight champion. And at one point he was 120-1. 89 in a row. Come on, man. That's come on.
But even the
then my third guy.
But I'm just well, go ahead. I want you to finish it.
My third guy is Muhammad Ali. I mean, greatest of all time. What can you say? Changed the whole game. Fighters wasn't making $1 million until Muhammad Ali got in the game. And number 4, even though I don't like the motherfucker, got to give it to him. Floyd Mayweather Jr. He changed the whole fucking game. He changed the game for everybody. And I'm basing my 4 people. I'm basing that on the impact of the sport. All these dudes had impact in the sport, and that's why I say they're the Mount Rushmore for me.
And see, that's the thing. When you're talking about the Mount Rushmore, I'm looking. And you're looking at it as far as the impact of the sport, as well as their fighting ability, who they fought. You know what I'm saying? So, it impact of the sport kind of changes everything as far as Mount Rushmore go, because there are certain guys that impacted the sport way more than these current guys could ever impact the sport. Right?
Those four guys I just named, way more impact than anybody today. Am I right?
No, I'm not disagreeing. What I'm saying is I try my best to look at it as who would be the best boxers, who like, not necessarily just impact, because the impact they were able to have came from the time that they were in. So today, Bud could never even. It's not even. Bud could never have the impact that a Muhammad Ali ever had. He could never have that impact, simply off of some of the things Muhammad Ali did outside of the ring as well as in the ring. Henry Armstrong, same thing. There were times that they weren't fighting black Nick. They weren't fighting black fighters like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to compare it simply because they had different opportunities that fighters today will never have, only because the fighters today stand on their shoulders.
Right.
And so I always try to look at it from a boxing perspective, but at the same time, it's so hard to look at it from a boxing perspective, because what you became as a boxer, any current fighter today, comes from the shoulders of the Henry Armstrongs, the Muhammad Alis. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Jack, this is where it comes from. Hell, if I were just to say the murderers row in general, it comes from those guys.
Sam Langford, all them guys, yeah.
It comes from those guys' shoulders that you even have the opportunity you have today.
Right.
Floyd Mayweather, fighters weren't making the amount of money, or not even looking for the amount of money that they're looking for today, until Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
Maybe if you want to say Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson ain't never get paid like Floyd did.
Yeah, he did. Mike was getting $30 million a fight way back then. So was Ray Leonard. So was Marvin Hagler. So was Tommy Hearn. They was getting 20 and 30 million back then.
What I'm saying, let me rephrase it.
Yeah.
Fighters today are looking for that same type of money, fighting lesser competition, not building their resumes, not having to go through.
Right.
So I'm not disagreeing. What I'm saying is if it weren't for them guys, they wouldn't be looking for a $10 million payday to fight. And I say this respectfully.
Joe Blow.
Exactly.
To fight Joe Blow.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So I can't put them on the level of these guys. I can't put them on that level as far as what they've done for the sport of boxing. But that's why I look at it as it's more about skill set, those type of things. But then even then, I can't do it there, because the skill set, the technology you have today, the abilities and the things you have to work off of today versus what they did, you got more training. If they had the same, if everything was on an even playing field, man, they'll whoop y'all ass.
They kill you, yeah. Because them dudes went 15 rounds and didn't have no nutritionist. The nutritionist was your girlfriend back then.
Thank you. Look, you lucky if you got. You might not even have a girl. You been in cuss your girlfriend out trying to get shit right as far as boxing goes. So it's just different. It's so different now. But y'all are built. The fighters today are built off of the backs of those guys.
Yeah.
And it's so hard. That's why I say it's hard to compare errors. Hence the reason I say I'm done trying to say, man, this fighter would Floyd beat Sugar Ray? I don't believe so. I don't believe it.
I don't think so either. Probably not.
But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know that to be a fact. I just think that Floyd had it a little easier.
We'll never know because they'll never fight, so we'll never know.
And that's why I say instead of comparing the guys from yesteryear, man, we compare these guys to their era. I think that's something.
I think Bud answered it best. When Bud said, "Look, don't compare me to him. Floyd was the best in his era. I'm the best in my era.
Facts.
There's no reason to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me."
And the crazy thing, I done heard folks say that Floyd ducked Bud. I don't think Bud really wasn't in contention at that time.
Bud was not even in the scope of things in 2014, 2015. Bud wasn't up there like that.
We agree.
Bud was still at 135, 140.
But I've heard people say it. And that's why when I look at it, I'm like, man,
Shut up.
Bud era is totally different from Floyd era. It's all of
Now,
it's totally different.
But what I've heard now. What I can't agree to, they say Mikey ducked Bud, but I don't think Bud stayed at 135 long enough for Mikey to duck it.
Well, when Mikey dropped the belt, I think Bud had already got the 47 at that time. I think he had already won.
He got the 40. He was at 40.
At least 40.
Yeah.
When the belt when Mikey dropped the belt and they had the tournament for, I know you remember. I don't know if you remember the tournament, but
yeah,
when it was all those guys at 35 in that tournament for Mikey belt, I believe Bud had just got the 47.
Right.
So it's hard for me to say he like
exactly.
Even when we talked about we talked about Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia was fighting at or had left 40 when Bud was just getting to 40.
Exactly.
Like it just, the only thing now, if you want to say he was stalled out at 47, I ain't got no problem with you saying that. But even then, he still fought Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what y'all want to make a green machine. I don't know what y'all want to make of that. But he had
now,
just got
thinking back on it. Thinking back on it in hindsight, you know, hindsight is 2020, right?
It's always 2020. Always 2020.
How many of them dudes are you thinking about? The Thurmans, the Porters, the Danny Garcias. Who's to say? I think Mean Machine could have beat some of them dudes.
I don't disagree. Well, who you got Mean Machine beating at 47?
I think he would have beat Danny.
I don't think Danny was a true 40-pounder in my opinion. Danny never looked good at 47.
And I think with his body punching, the way Mean Machine punches, he went to the body. I think he would have beat Thurman.
I don't know if he would have beat Thurman.
I think he would have beat Thurman. Now Porter, I think Porter would have beat him.
I disagree that he would have beat Keith Thurman. I disagree with that.
I think he would have beat Thurman.
I think Keith Thurman would have fucked him up.
If Jose, what's my boy? If John Molina could hurt Thurman to the body, if Luis Collazo could hurt Thurman to the body, motherfucking Mean Machine could hurt Thurman to the body.
I got you. I'm just saying, you gotta look on the other side of it, because on the other side of that coin, Keith Thurman, in my opinion, one of the best boxers, you know what I'm saying, of his era. I think as far as boxing goes, Keith Thurman was a smart boxer. He knew when he could sit down. He knew what his opponents wanted to do, and
Shut up.
I would have picked Keith Thurman any day and twice on Sundays over Green Machine.
I would have.
I ain't mad at it.
I thought that would have been a 50-50 fight. But back then, probably I would have picked him. I probably would have picked him back then. I would have to see it though, and it probably wouldn't have went the way I thought it would have went. I know there was never a version, in my opinion, there was never a version of Keith Thurman that was going to beat Crawford. Never, even when he first got there.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. I thought I had when Bud first moved up, If he would have fought Keith Thurman right then, I would have picked Keith Thurman to win that fight. I would have picked him to win. I don't know if he would have.
You lost your money.
Hey, hell, it wouldn't be the first time I was wrong. It won't be the last time. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I just think, man, Bud then showed levels. Bud showed levels to it. And when guys, even though Bud, in my opinion, and we come to teach next, when Bud, even when he took time off, those type of things, and when I say take time off, we know Bud, he known for fighting one time a year. You know what I'm saying? He was a little more
Adam, look at your boy Adam in the chat. Adam, you trying to get Jake Paul killed.
Security. Nah, hey, Teach, what you got for me, brother? What you got for me, Teach?
You
You Christian, brother.
What up, Preach?
yes, salute God, salute Mr. Shelton. So good. You spent you spent the first couple of minutes of your show saying that you want to compare these guys, right?
Say it again. Hold on. Let me turn
Teach, you gotta turn your shit up, man.
Yeah, you're a little low.
Okay. Let me see if I have it on speak. 1 second.
Give me a test in 1, 2, 3 before you get started, brother.
Adam, can you hear me?
You good?
That's better. That's better.
Yeah. So you spent the first couple of minutes in your show, right, saying that you didn't want to compare these guys, but you did. You did compare the guys, right? I mean, to me, it's okay to compare. You know,
how did I compare? Like how did I?
The fights between Bud Canelo, Floyd Canelo, and so on. You said you didn't want to compare those fights,
right?
But I mean, to me, it's fine to compare these fights because they're comparable, right? They all happened, within our time. So, in my opinion, it's fine. The thing is, it gets kind of toxic, when the fan base comes into it. But it's okay to have your own opinion, right? As long as no one is toxic about it, right? So, again, for me, it's okay to compare these guys. Say who you feel like did it better. It doesn't matter to me. So the way that I break these fights down, right, and I'm gonna compare it. So when Floyd fought Canelo, right, he pretty much put on a schooling on the guy, right? He neutralized everything Canelo did with the jab, the counters. He was good defensively, and Canelo could barely land shots on him, right? But the thing about that fight was Canelo was 23 years old, like he wasn't in his prime yet, right? And I think Canelo had brought him down maybe a few pounds, if I'm not mistaken. So Floyd pretty much was in his prime, had a lot more experience, and it showed in that fight, right? So that was an easy night for Floyd. But the thing is, Canelo, I mean, he kept trying in that fight, right? He kept trying because, he was young at that time. So he kept trying, but nothing worked. Now, when he fought Bivol, Bivol was pretty much disciplined, with his style, because we know how Bivol fight. He uses his jab, he uses size, kept Canelo at range, didn't overcommit, and pretty much let Canelo reach, right? That's how we outworked him. He didn't use too much tools, but he used enough to beat and frustrate Canelo, right? Now, Canelo, we could say Canelo was in his prime at that time, right? I think we could say he was in his prime because that was like, 2021, 2022 or something like that, 2022. And Canelo moved up from 168, right? He moved up from 168 to 175. Now, with this Bud fight, the way Bud beat him, again, pretty much like what he did with Errol, adaptability, precision. He made Canelo make a lot of mistakes. Canelo had tons of openings. Bud was pretty much showing his IQ in that fight, right? I mean, granted that, Canelo was a little bit older because that was a couple of years after the Bivol fight. 3 years, right, after the Bivol fight. I mean, you could say he slowed down if you want to. That's people's opinion. You could say he slowed down. But the thing is, the way he made Canelo feel in the fight, he made Canelo want to quit in that fight, in my opinion. And Canelo never wanted to quit in the Floyd fight. He never wanted to quit in the B-Raw fight. But this fight, he looked helpless. So from that, I'm saying that Bud beat him the best because he made Canelo look helpless in that fight. Right? You could see Canelo looked like he wanted to cry in that fight, in my opinion. So to me, Bud had the better win, and it's not disrespectful to say, Bud beat him the best. This is just an opinion. It becomes disrespectful because of the fans, right? They're gonna want to always say, nah, that's wrong. So the fans pretty much make this disrespectful, not your opinion.
No, but my thing, and I agree with you, Teach. I ain't never, and I said this, I ain't never seen Canelo have that type of body language.
Exactly.
That he had. There was a time where Bud caught him with a couple shots, and Canelo kind of, in my opinion, he looked like, I got to keep fighting this dude. God damn, I got to keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just, that ain't what he was looking to do. So I agree. I do think that Bud did a better job of taking the fight out of Canelo, but I also understand Canelo was a younger fighter back then. And when Canelo fought Floyd, right, Canelo was throwing in combinations at the time. One of the things, and I said this earlier tonight, one of the things I give Eddie Reynoso credit for, you throw in combinations, you end your combination with that left hook to the body, right? Canelo, he ain't throwing no combinations. Couldn't even find the combination. Matter of fact, when Bud was making him reset those type of things, you could tell the frustration that he had. The frustration alone kind of wore Canelo out, in my opinion. And I just think that it was a different fight. Somebody asked me, and I want to ask y'all the same question. Who beat Canelo better, Floyd or Bud?
Yeah, I think Bud, right? I think Bud. And for the reasons why I said earlier. Now I want to ask you a question. Do you think Canelo would have fought the same way against Floyd if Canelo was in his prime back then, right? Do you think Canelo would have been more patient and more selective with his shots? Because again, as you said, Canelo was throwing in combinations at that time because, he had a young energy, right? But if he was in his prime, do you think he would have been more patient?
If he was more patient, the fight would have been worse for him against Floyd.
Maybe he would have selected his shots better. Who knows?
I think he would have lost the fight either way. The thing is Canelo now, the fight that we've seen from Canelo and Bud, Canelo throwing single shots now. And if you throwing single shots against Mayweather, he catching them already. He catching multiple shots. He parrying, slipping multiple shots anyways. If you throwing in single shots, the ass whipping would have been worse.
But hear this, Canelo was throwing single shots because Bud was coming back with a combination, so he had to defend somehow.
I agree, but at the same time, just watching Canelo last few fights, he's been more of a single punch guy than anything else. You tell me the last fight you really seen Canelo throwing in combinations like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong because you could see, he kind of slowed down a bit, you could say, because of, the reasons that you said. But at the same time, I think that, he got wiser as, he got up there in age. That's what I think.
I don't know if it's wiser or lazier. And I say that respectfully. But the thing is, I watched Canelo when he was in the corner listening to his coach, Eddie Reynoso. It didn't seem like, especially later in the fight, seemed like he kind of had a disposition of, man, I really don't want to be here right now.
I mean, there's some fighters you just can't do anything with.
But when you tell me the last time you seen Canelo not want, it looked like he don't want to be there.
The first time.
Say it again.
The first time.
When even against Bivol, and I thought he lost the majority of the rounds against Bivol. I think I scored that fight 9-3. He still was looking like he was trying to fight.
Yep.
And in this one, it got to a point where it was like, damn, I'm still out here. Damn, I still got to fight. Like the energy wasn't there. He just didn't seem like he had nothing. And it seemed like he kind of tucked the tail and kind of just said, you know what, man, fuck this shit, man. I'm done. I'm not going to win this fight. When I listened to him talk in the post-fight press conference, I just couldn't figure the style out. I couldn't figure it out. And the thing with Bud, what was so interesting to me, in those early rounds, Bud did use lateral movement, but he kept the jab out there. He still was going to the body. He still was throwing in combinations. And then later in the fight, he started to walk Canelo down. You tell me the last time outside, and even when it was Bivol, I didn't think Bivol walked Canelo down. I thought Canelo wanted Bivol to come. He was trying to set traps. Come on, let's fight here. And Bivol had the patience to say, nah, meet me in the center of the ring. Whereas with Bud, it got to a point where Bud was pushing Canelo back consistently in the fight, landing his shots, and was still able to get out of the way. I think Bud hurt Canelo a few times in that fight to the body. There was a time Bud utilized the stab jab. I seen Canelo's foot come off the canvas, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, damn, bro, is he hurt? I don't know if he hurt, but I know he didn't like that shot. You know what I'm saying? And even when Bud, it was a point where it just seemed like Canelo understood, man, I ain't got no goddamn chance in this fight.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen Canelo get to that point where he didn't think he had a chance to win the fight. I've never seen that from him.
Well, to Teach's point that he made earlier, Teach, there was never any version of Canelo that was going to be Floyd Mayweather. Then, now, never. Not the Mayweather he ran into on that night.
I could agree with that. I'm just saying, Canelo was a bit green back then. Maybe if he was in his prime.
I don't see, and that's something that I don't like. I don't know how you gonna call somebody with 45 professional fights green, and he's undefeated and he only got one draw. I don't know how you gonna call him green. I can't go with that. You had like 45 fights when you fought Floyd, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So how he ain't green?
I mean,
he hadn't fought nobody preparing for Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
But green, he wasn't. Yeah, green, he was not.
That question, if you ask somebody else that question, they're gonna talk about all the fights he had in Mexico.
So let me ask this. I want to, because we watched, and I want to go back to Canelo's last few fights.
Yeah.
When Canelo fought Edgar Berlanga, when he fought John Ryder, when he fought shout out to my brother Poole County in the bit. I got to get Poole up here. But when he fought Edgar Berlanga, when he fought John Ryder, when he fought my brother Teach, one of his favorite fighters, Jaime Munguia.
Yeah.
That man, he was putting hand. He ain't flinched. He was able to do what he wanted to do. In this situation, that man couldn't do nothing in this fight. And
do you know why? Do you know why he was able to do that, Doug?
Talk to me.
Because those dudes weren't that good.
Hold on,
it
man.
Wasn't.
Let me get my brother. Hold on, real quick, Uncle Shutter. Let me get my brother Poole County. Shout out to PCB in the building, man. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to PCB. Doing a hell of a job. I seen him live earlier today. I wanted to pull up. He was talking about Boots. Boots got to fight somebody, respectfully. But PCB, welcome to the show, man. Give me your opening statements, man. What you thought, Canelo Bud, man? Break it down for us.
I just think Canelo. I think Sean Porter kind of thumped it up. You know what I'm saying? After many years of fighting, camps and stuff, I think Canelo is, he got a lot of mileage on him. He's like a car or a truck with a lot of miles on him. He got by with a lot of skill, a lot of craftiness. He's a very clever, cunning fighter, so he got by with a lot of, high boxing IQ. He was a smaller 168 pounder coming up from the smaller weight class. So he was able to get by with a lot of speed and skill. He got the experience.
Real quick, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. He came, Canelo started at 54, correct?
No, he started at like 140, I believe. Mm-hmm.
Canelo started at 140?
Yeah, I think he started at 140.
Yeah, he started at like 140.
I'm out of order then. I'm out of order. Go ahead.
So, he came up from the lighter weight class, so that gave him an advantage, quicker hands, you know what I'm saying? He's able to get in and out when he was younger. And I'm not saying trying to diminish what Crawford did, because he was still this powerful juggernaut, you know what I'm saying? Because Crawford was coming up. And I think he fell to the same, thing that gave him an advantage over the 168 pounders. I think Crawford had that same advantage. He came up from the smaller weight classes, but he was more preserved than Canelo. He didn't go through the wars that Crawford went through. And that's one smart thing about Crawford. Not only is he an exceptional generational talent, is he knows he's smart. He knows how to preserve himself. He knows how to prepare for fights. He knows how to preserve himself. He knows when to fight, when not to fight. And I think that's the spark of the new generation, especially when you're an older fighter like Crawford. He's a very, very, he's like one of those old LTDs you still see on the street by an old time, and that bitch still look good. That motherfucker is just shining at the rims, so he got all the original radio in there, everything. There's not a drop of lint on it, so that's Crawford. Crawford is a well-oiled, machine. And I think Canelo is a guy who's been in a lot of fights. I don't think he's as hungry as Crawford. Crawford's, got that chip on his shoulder where, he's got that Napoleon complex, where he wants to beat the big guy. If you're a big guy, you don't see Crawford grabbing those big guys in the gym and slamming them and stuff like that. He wants to show
he'll wrestle with you. He'll wrestle with you.
Right, but he wants to dominate. So he wants to dominate the bigger guy, and I think that was a challenge for Terrence Crawford, and I don't think that Canelo, looking at the smaller man, he couldn't really get up for this fight. Even though I think he was in top condition, I think we saw Canelo at his best, that the best that he could give at the time. But he also marveled. I think Terrence Crawford broke Canelo. Canelo, he did everything he could, and nothing he was doing was working. All the tricks that he hitting on the arm, I seen him hitting Terrence Crawford on the arm. Terrence had an answer for that. He was going to Crawford's body. Crawford was blocking that. So he just got frustrated. He couldn't, nothing he was doing was working. Then Crawford had this movement that was giving him all kind of trouble, and Crawford was talking to him, getting in his head, sticking his tongue, got frustrated. Canelo, and Canelo was like, what the hell is going on here? You know what I'm saying? And you could just see the frustration. I think around about the 11th round, you could see Canelo was just trying not. I really think that Canelo was on the verge of getting knocked out. Tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? And Terrence Crawford was he just never faced somebody with a psychological attack. You know what I'm saying? Like that, just, constantly antagonizing him. Shaking his head when, he throws a punch, blocking it, and then standing in the pocket, banging with him. So, even backing Canelo up at times. So I don't think Canelo was ready. Eddie Reynoso, I don't know what he was looking at when he saw Crawford, but he didn't prepare. He did not prepare for Crawford. They just went out there and did the same old. And all I saw Reynoso telling Canelo was, you got to throw more. You got to throw more punches. That's easy to say, but Crawford's body attack was devastating. He was going to that body, man, and he was hurting Canelo. everybody was saying, what happens if Crawford power is enough to hurt Canelo? And Crawford was standing in that pocket, and Canelo was hitting Crawford, and everybody was amazed. Everybody was amazed that Crawford could take Canelo's punch. You know what I'm saying? And we were all on my channel saying, what would happen if Crawford stood in there and banged with Canelo? And we got to take a look at that and see what that looked like. Crawford was quicker. You know, he had the shorter punches. You know what I'm saying? Just like he did Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. had no answers for that hand speed on the inside. The way he framed Canelo up, you know what I'm saying, with the right chicken wing, and then waited for him to catch. He was doing a lot of catch and shooting on the inside. But the problem was Crawford punching 2 and 3, 4 combinations, and Canelo was just stuck in molasses, man. He was just concentrating on putting power on his punches, but Crawford was taking a couple of them just to give 2 or 3 or 4 punches on the inside, and it was knocking him off balance, you know. And you could see Canelo was shocked. I think he was shocked more than anything, and he could not reach Crawford the way he wanted to. He was coming up short. Crawford would take a little half step back, you know what I'm saying, and he would fall short. Sometimes it was millimeters that Canelo would miss him by. You know what I'm saying? When Crawford countered, he was impressed by his boxing IQ. You know what I'm saying? When he hit Crawford with that straight right, and then he tried the same thing again, and Crawford ducked and made him pay. You know what I'm saying? He looked at Crawford like, what the hell is going on here? You're fighting a guy. You're fighting an elite guy. This is not he's a pro. He's a real thinker in the ring. You're fighting somebody who's looking at you and making adjustments on the fly. And I think that caught Canelo off guard. You know, he's used to fighting dummies that just back up into the ropes and let Canelo get off his combinations. He's not used to fighting somebody who makes adjustments on the fly. Like, he's not going to sit there and do the same thing and let Canelo come over with the straight right and fake with the left and then come with the straight right. And then, you know, he's seen that. So now you got to do something else. He's not used to that.
But,
you know, so he's used
the interesting thing was even Bud utilizing the lead hand, you know what I'm saying? Fighting from the southpaw stance. There was a time where he touched to the body, but then he came right back up with the jab with the jab to the head, right? And Canelo, he was like, I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
He was making him reset. Did you see how many times he made Canelo reset?
That's another, and that was other, even on the back foot. When Bud was fighting on the back foot, shout out to BVO. BVO, my brother, he said that Bud was running out there. I'm like, hold on. Nah, what he was doing was he was making it hard for Canelo. Canelo has to cut the ring off, and then you get hit with a shot, like you said, Poole. Like you said, the man, he had to reset, and it seemed like he got so frustrated in the fight. Like I said, there was a time I ain't never seen Canelo have this type of body language in a fight. I look at body language a lot as far as fighters go, and it just seemed like Canelo felt defeated already. There was a time where he got hit with some shots. He dropped his hands. Bud was kind of like, "Come on, let's fight." And Canelo was like, "I gotta keep fighting. Let me keep fighting." And it you know what I'm saying? It just got to a point where, like I said, I ain't never seen Canelo use or have body language the way that he did, where when he would get hit with shots, he'd be like, "Man, it just ain't nothing. It ain't nothing I can do." There were times, especially in the later rounds, I'm watching him in his corner, and I got everything on mute, but I'm just watching him in the corner, and it seemed like he was just like, "Can this fight be over? Can we just go and get this shit over with, bro? Like, come on." You know? It just seemed like he couldn't have, and he said in the press conference, I couldn't figure the style out. I couldn't figure it out, and I don't know. Go ahead, and I'm going back to Poole. I'm going Uncle Shelton, then Teach.
You know why he couldn't figure it out? Because he was missing the one fundamental thing. You know, he done got so used to fighting, loading up and winging shots. He done got so used to fighting like that. He forgot the very thing that set up everything, and he forgot the jab. He forgot to bring his jab.
He don't fight behind his jab no more.
He forgot. That's the same thing Oscar De La Hoya failed in the fight with Mayweather. He stopped jabbing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why these great boxers who know about boxing, the jab disrupts everything. Crawford was disrupting everything he did with those little pity pat jabs. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing it in his face and getting the body shots and uppercuts. You know what I'm saying? Blinding him. Basic boxing. You know what I'm saying? And he, his legs. People were saying that Bud don't move like that no more. Well, he showed everybody he can move. You know what I'm saying? He showed everybody that he can move, and he can move intelligently and step in and step out. You know what I'm saying? He did the same thing that he did at the 135. You know what I'm saying? At 140, he did the same thing. He just moves when he needs to. And Canelo looked slow. He wasn't as explosive as he usually is. And I think that's to give credit to Crawford, because he is such a precise counterpuncher. Did you see Canelo coming in and his head going back in between his shots? You know what I'm saying? When he would lunge it, he might get one to Crawford's shoulder, but then the next one he comes in, his head is going all the way back, because Crawford is such an accurate puncher when you punch, and that he was getting tired of getting countered. So, I mean, you saw him being cautious, you know what I'm saying? Because he started eating a lot of counters coming in. And then not only was he getting countered once, he was getting countered 1 and 2 times. You know what I'm saying? So he got tired of getting hit to the face, and he must have got a little pop.
I thought there was a time where Canelo, he kind of looked like, nigga, did you just hit me with that shot? What, like, bro, like, did you just hit me? What the fuck what you doing, bro? What you doing?
He's like, what the fuck? Like, hey. From this angle, because obviously he got his little escape angles, and he think that shit works every time. But see, you don't understand that Crawford makes adjustments, to what you're doing in the ring. He's that type of dude. It's a few guys that can, they can make the adjustments. They miss a certain shot, they know what they did wrong. You know what I'm saying? And he's not used to a fighter that thinks on the fly like that. I think that was Canelo's downfall, underestimating how smart Bud really is in the ring. Yeah. I mean, and you can see the difference. I told you that Terence Crawford had a higher boxing IQ than Canelo, and they thought I was disrespecting Canelo. I was like, no, Canelo is just not fighting the kind of competition that, Bud Crawford is. He's just a thinker. And he's a gym rat, and he stays close to the craft of boxing. And that's what you look like when you stay in the gym. I think Shakur Stevenson is another one that's going to beat the hell out of Teofimo Lopez, because he's wait
a minute. We got to get to that quick. I'm about to ask about that fight in a second. Give me 1 second. Let me Teach last words. Going off of what Prize just said, then we're going to Uncle Shelton. Teach, give me your last word. And as far as anything you have on what me, Uncle Shelton, Prize, I keep saying Prize. I apologize to you, Pool Counter. Give me your last words on this conversation, because that's the next conversation I want to get to. But give me your last words on as far as Bud versus Canelo, Teach.
Man, I kind of want to talk about something else that you guys spoke about prior, though, because I'm done with the Canelo Bud talk, if that's okay.
Hold on, real quick. Well, hold on. What you want to? Let me know what you want to talk about before you say it, because I'm about to get to that. I think I'm about to get into your wheelhouse, but go ahead.
No, it's what you guys spoke about before, and this was pretty much about a comparison with errors, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. Just want to really talk quick about that. Again, so, I mean, I think, so what we just spoke about, right? We could have a healthy conversation about, who beat Canelo the best, right? We could have a healthy conversation about that, because I mean, as long as, you pick people who are going to be objective about it, right? So I think you could have a healthy conversation that way. The same with comparing the errors. I think you could have a healthy conversation if you speak about it with people who are going to be objective about it, right? And in my opinion, I mean, I do think we could compare errors, but at the same time, you got to understand that, we'll never know because, these guys, it's just never going to fight. We won't see it, right? But we could pretty much compare their skill set. But what people today want to do is pretty much want to bring up the resume talk, and they feel like resumes win fights when it doesn't. I mean, resume could gauge what happens, but it doesn't win fight. It's all about the skill set, pretty much. Right? What resume does is pretty much build your legacy. So people are going to remember you in history. If you had a good resume, right? So that builds legacy, right? And so if I were to compare, sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm teaching
Fire truck, man.
but you got the fire. I was about to say, you
Yeah.
got the ambulance, fire truck,
Man,
something.
I hate these guys. Like they make noise for no reason. And
Teach
so
you, hey, real quick, teach you in New York, right?
yeah,
Well, that's what you're going to get down there. Y'all out of order anyway. So go ahead.
they just do it on purpose to
What's up, T?
Them city,
interrupt people.
hey, I say this respectfully, teach. I say this respectfully. Y'all city niggas, y'all got to learn to deal with that shit. Cause I don't hear none of it down here in the country. Respect.
Right. So if I were to compare Sugar Ray Leonard and Bud, I mean, I could say that Sugar Ray legacy wise, I mean, he did his thing, right? Because of the guys he fought and when he fought them. So a lot of people are going to say, Sugar Ray Leonard had a better resume. His legacy may be better. You can make an argument for Bud for what he did with his Undisputed and stuff. So there's an argument for everything. Now, in regards to who's better, you could make an argument for that because of their skill set, right? You could have a healthy conversation about that. Who's better? I don't really care. You can make an argument Bud is better. You can make an argument that Sugar Ray Leonard is better. But at the same time, we all got to come to the same conclusion that you will never really know because these guys, never fought. And that's where I'm at with it, pretty much.
Hey, shout out to my sister Angie, baby. Angie, I'm just gonna tell you, New York is out of order. Y'all out of order. Y'all had way too much going on for me. Respectfully, I say that respect. Atlanta had too much going on for me. So, Uncle Shelton, you got anything before I move forward with the next topic of conversation? You got anything else that you want to speak on?
No, man, it's simple. Bud is the best fighter of this era. Everybody that said he couldn't beat in this era, he beat. Give him what he got coming. Now, if you want to put him anywhere, that people get to talk about best of all time and all that, I think that's a stretch. Like I said, I got him anywhere between. I got him top 15. He's in the top 15 for me because of the accolades. But you can't compare the level of competition that Bud fought to the level those other guys fought. It's just impossible. So,
real quick, teach, Paul. Last question as far as this fight goes. Uncle Shelton got him top 15 all time. Where you rank him all time, teach? Bud, after this win.
Man, I don't know. To be honest, I gotta think about it some more because, I mean, I was never a Bud guy, so I got to think about that a lot. I was never a Bud guy. I was never a Spence guy. Like the welterweights, the only person I looked at in the welterweight was Sean Porter, pretty much, and obviously Keith Thurman. I like Keith.
Shout out to Sometimes. Paul Cannon, where you rank Bud all time right now?
Just given his history, given all the boxing history, you have to do some mad studying to really do him some justice. You know what I'm saying? Because we talking about Henry Armstrong, fighters that we don't really, that we kind of got to go back and read about. We talk about Jack Johnson. We talk about Sugar Ray Robinson. It's a lot of names in there that we forget about. So it would definitely, he's out. He's going nowhere in the top 10. I tell you that right now. I'm probably with Mr. What's his name? Mr. Shelton. What's his name?
Uncle Shelton. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Shelton.
Okay.
He dropped off, but.
Well, I'm talking about, he probably about top 25, something like that. Because give respect to the fighters out there that, that's probably on the list that were not really, because back then they only had one belt, so that's undisputed. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have 4 belts back then. They only had the 1 belt. So, if you won that 1 belt, hell, you undisputed, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to look at it that way too. So, you know what I'm saying? So if you one time, you come back, you win the championship, you 2 times, you know what I'm saying? Undisputed, you know what I'm saying? If you come back and win the championship title or the heavyweight or whatever it is. So, they don't count statistics the way they do now today. The way they do back, you know what I mean? It's different than it was in the old days. So, you would have to look at it like that. So it's a lot you have to look at. Before you could say he's in the top 10, but I would put him definitely in the top 25, just because of what's new. There are 4 belts now, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't go earn those 4 belts. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go out and get those belts individually. You know what I'm saying? He just got the 1 belt. He just beat 1 guy for the belts. He didn't fight 4 different champions, you know what I'm saying? So he kind of got the other belts by default by beating Canelo Alvarez. So you have to look at that too. So, I couldn't put him in the top 15. I would put him in the top 25, something like that. Just because of my ignorance of it right now, I would have to look at, everybody who came through. And but he definitely passes the eye test. I think he would beat a lot of the all-time greats. I would love to have seen him and Mayweather go at it, especially Mayweather in his prime when he had, his hands was a lot better. And, when his reflexes, when he was jumping all over the ring, like when he fought Angel Manfredi and knocked Angel Manfredi out, that Mayweather who was jumping up on the ring ropes talking shit, that dude was something else. He was something to behold. That would be a great fight. I don't know who would beat who because, Floyd is, he started early with the great competition. Bud fought who he could fight, even though he was a great fighter. Sometimes I think you got to fight, top competition to bring out, the brilliance in your fighting style, right? And Bud kind of started with dull competition. But Mayweather, he started right from the gate, just fighting, top tier guys. He went through some bums. But when he fought, what is his name? The Drunken Master?
Emmanuel Augustus.
Emmanuel Augustus. That was a fight, and it showed you his grit and determination. Floyd started getting these kind of fights early. Before he became a star, when he was pretty boy Floyd. And I think Crawford. I don't know if he was just so good that. They couldn't really challenge him, but he just didn't have those signature names coming up like Floyd did, like Castile, like Diego Corrales. He fought Castile 2 times. He fought Robert Garcia. These were tough dudes. These were tough dudes at those divisions. Say that again.
The Ghost. When you say Robert Garcia.
Oh. I didn't think Robert Garcia was much of a challenge for Floyd. You saw all he did was jab his way to a victory.
No. It was an easy win for him, but he was still. Hey, Robert Garcia was still the Ghost now. Respect.
Yeah, but DeMarcus Corley, he hurt Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? DeMarcus Corley, he hit Mayweather. Chop hit Mayweather so hard, boy, he almost knocked him out. And then you had. Sugar Shane Mosley, the hit Sugar Shane Mosley. So he had some.
Zab Judah, don't forget Zab. Zab was putting hands.
Yeah, but look how he thought his way through it under that kind of adversity, and I think that's I think Crawford had some moments with Gamboa, and who else? Green Machine.
Mm-hmm.
So you could see the all-time great, the way he came back and took over the fight. You know what I'm saying, and ended the fight. So they got some similarities there. As you can see them, grow into the legend and stuff. So but I think Floyd had the more competitive career. I think you could say it like that. I don't know if he's better than Bud, but I know he had the more competitive career. I'll put it that way. I won't say better than Bud. He just had a more signature career than, right. More competitive career. Yeah.
So I like to play this game over here, and hence the reason the name of the show. Y'all seen the thumbnail. Let's play a game, and the game I like to play is who wins, who beats who, and this goes. So we getting out of Bud Canelo, we getting out of that, moving into today's era. We talking about 140 right now. So I don't know if it's made. I done heard rumblings. They say that the fight gonna happen in January. Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson, right, at 140. Shakur says he's gonna move up, beat Tio, then go back down to 35. But I love to play the game of who beats who, and so I want to play that with y'all if y'all don't mind. Starting with Teofimo Lopez. And we're going to start with the Teofimo Lopez versus, and y'all take y'all time, break the fights down like y'all want to. But just know I'm going through the 40 division with Tio, and I'm going through the 40 division with Shakur. So starting with Teofimo Lopez, Teofimo and Shakur Stevenson. Who beats who, in y'all opinion? I'm going to go Teach, Uncle Shelton, and then Paul County. Teach, who you think win that fight? Well, I don't even got to ask Teach because I already know Teach going to pick. But go ahead, Teach. Go ahead. You on me? Oh, there we go. Shakur. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Say it again.
You were going to say something?
I was going to say Shakur versus Teofimo Lopez. Who win that fight and why?
So first of all, I love that matchup. The reason why I like that matchup is because it's a good name on both these guys' resume. If we were to compare resume, I would say Tio has a slightly better resume for now. Because of what he did earlier, 135 to 140. He got that Loma fight, which was a well-needed name on his resume. He got that Josh Taylor fight where he became like the lineal champion at 140. So Shakur being on his resume, that's a good look for him, and vice versa. In terms of skills, I like the matchup. Tio, very athletic. He's a big puncher, explosive. He's sharp. Like he has good counters as well. And he's kind of comfortable under pressure. When the guy is coming towards you, I think that's where he pretty much shines. And in some situations he adapts, in some like he doesn't. But he has weaknesses as well. Mentally, he's inconsistent, right? After the Ortiz fight, after the what's his name again? Sandor fight.
Sandor Martin.
Yeah, he was just questioning himself after the Sandor fight. Do I still got it? He was very frustrated after the Ortiz fight because he just wanted somebody to stay in front of him. Like he hated movers. Like he couldn't cut the ring off. So he's weak in that aspect. Shakur, what Shakur is. Defensive fighter, defense first. He's very good at that. We know his, stats. Good jab, you know, pretty much picks his opponent apart without taking a lot of risk, which is good for your health. And that's what, Shakur thinks about. Like, he doesn't want to fight like a James Toney where
He don't want to take them big shots.
yeah. So he fights without taking a lot of risk.
So who beat who?
I mean, wait, I'm not done yet, man. I'm not done yet. He's kind of good at making his opponents like overreach and then countering as well. And he's a bit more disciplined. He's disciplined, and he always sticks to a winning game plan. Again, but his weakness, as a lot of people like to say, I mean, I don't think it's a weakness, but people say his is like his output, his offensive output. People say he's too safe, he's not aggressive, and he doesn't take enough risk. But in my opinion, Shakur wins because I think Shakur, the smarter fighter, he is gonna, stick to a winning game plan. I think Shakur is just going to be mentally there. Hard time, in my opinion, trying to get his punches off because of how defensive Shakur is. So I got Shakur.
All right. Who beat who? Shakur versus Teofimo Lopez. Who you got? Uncle Shelton, you in the building?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Shakur versus he said what's Shakur versus Teo. Who wins the fight?
Shakur beats Teo fairly easily. Teo is a good fighter, bordering on great fighter. If Teo steps up to his level of competition. But in this case, we've seen when Teo fights people who can box, he can't lead the dance. Teo needs you to come to him. If Teo has to come to you and bring the fight to you, he's not as effective. And with the one thing, if you don't know anything else about Shakur Stevens, you know that Shakur Stevens is going to fight his fight no matter who he fights. So I got to go with Shakur. Unanimous decision. Teo can't outbox Shakur. I'm sorry.
Full counter. Shakur versus Teo. Who wins that fight?
Well, we saw Teo in there with what's the guy name? Sandor Martin. Sandor Martin. Yeah, we saw what he looked like. Somebody who could move and know how to have better footwork. And I think Shakur's footwork is way better than Sandor Martin. He was frustrated. He was, falling all over the ring. Sandor Martin even knocked him down. What you think's going to happen with Shakur, man? Shakur is, his defense is flawless. His reflexes are flawless. Even though Teo is explosive, he's not really good, offensively going forward. He's like Mr. Shelton said, he's good when you're coming to him. He's a good counterpuncher, and he's very athletic, and then he has a mental problem. When the fight is not going his way, he's tend to lose confidence, in himself. He's a confident fighter. As long as the fight's going his way, he start, dancing and, his confidence is high. But he's going to be missing when it comes to Shakur, especially if he fights his style. He's just a better boxer. And, Shakur, once he finds that range, which I'm pretty sure he's going to find pretty quickly on Teo, because he really don't like to come forward unless he figures out that he's faster than you. Then he can pot shot you pretty much all night. And once he's comfortable, knowing who's faster, and that's when he kind of like, he does his thing, right? He can do other things, but he's not. I don't think a lot of people say that Shakur Stevenson don't have the athletic ability, because of that Zepeda fight, right? They said he looks slow, because I think they said Zepeda made him go to those ropes like that. I think he did that because of what Turkey was talking about. He don't want to see no Tom and Jerry type of situation. I think he wanted to make the fight exciting, because we did see Shakur try to move a little bit, And Antonio Tarver start talking about he shouldn't start that running stuff. He's going to lose this fight. And so there's a target kind of on Shakur Stevenson, trying to make him put this narrative on him that he's a boring fighter because people don't want to see him box. I remember when Tom Bradley, they were acting like they was asleep, you know what I'm saying, during this fight. They was filming the people walking up out the stadium and everything. So they're really trying to put this narrative on him like he's a boring fighter. They're trying to force him to mix it up with fighters, and they're really trying to get him to go outside and stuff to get knocked out, But I don't think he's, like Mr. Shelton said, I think he's going to beat Teofimo Lopez pretty easy. And I think he's going to frustrate him. I think he's going to make him look like, like a pedestrian out there, because Teo, I don't know how he's going to generate offense because, Shakur is not going to come to him like that. He's going to scrape him from the outside until Teo come forward and he's going to get countered. He's going to get countered with those sharp counter punches from Shakur Stevenson. He's going to get hit with them lefts and rights, single shots, double shots if he can. He's going to get met with the jab, you know what I'm saying? And that's what Shakur does, and he's not going to be able to gain ground because Shakur he ain't going to be there. So, I think it's going to be a frustrating fight for Teofimo Lopez. But I think it's going to be a good fight. And like Ted said, it's a good signature fight for Shakur. No matter how the fight turns out, I think he's going to be a wide margin. I'm thinking like something like 9 or 8 rounds. Theo might get 4 rounds, maybe. That might be even too good because I just don't see Theo being able to cut the ring off on Shakur to be able to get off. And plus, he's not that kind of fighter anyway, where he's going to track you down and, beat you up. He's not that type of fighter. He's a counter puncher. And I just think Shakur has the superior boxing skills. I think he's the superior athlete. And, I'm surprised that his team really agreed to this fight. Yeah.
I always say I still don't know if it's made until it's made. I don't know if it's made. Moving forward, I want to stay at 40, and then we're gonna drop down to 35. So since we're staying at 40, because Shakur said I'm gonna go up there and whoop this brother, and then I'm gonna drop the belt and let Keyshawn pick it up.
What's up?
I don't know nothing about that. All I'm trying to tell you, let me ask this. Teofimo Lopez versus Gary Antoine Russell. Who y'all picking that fight? We're going in reverse order. We're going Uncle Shelton, Paul, and then we're going to Teach. Teofimo Lopez versus Antoine.
I would have to take Gary Antoine in that fight. I think he got too much dog for Teo. It'll be a great fight, though. It's going to be an excellent fight. Styles is going to match up beautifully. Because Teo needs you to come to him, and Gary Antoine's going to come. You ain't got to worry about that. But the problem is, once Gary Antoine get there, Teo ain't going to like what happens. So,
real quick, shout out to my brother Mex, man. Mex, welcome to the show.
What's up, dog?
Hey, bro. Hey,
yeah,
Hey, Bud, nigga. All I gotta say is Bud, bro. I've been telling these niggas for how many years? How many years I've been telling these niggas about motherfucking Terrence Crawford, dog? Come on. Give me my money.
Well, let me. And we in the part of the show where we at who beats who, but fuck it. We gonna let you get your opening statements off, man. Break down what you thought about Canelo and Bud. Go ahead and break it down, brother.
Hey, man, I ain't really much to break down. Everybody saw what happened. Like I said before, man, you fight Canelo, you down 3 rounds when you start. That's why them scorecards should have never been that close. Now I see they switching up the copy box a little bit, trying to make it look more in favor of Canelo. We all saw with our own eyes what the fuck happened. Bud beat him in every way you could beat a motherfucker, bro. He boxed him outside, inside, counter, brought it to him. Fucking phone booth fight, took a headbutt. Did everything that needs to be done to win the fight, bro. Bud's the guy of this generation, man. That's all there is to it.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. And you've been telling me for a minute, so I got to give credit where credit is due. You've been rocking with Bud for a minute, so I ain't got no problem with it. Let me ask this, and I want to move. I want to move it around. Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Who you got in that fight?
Ooh, that one's interesting. Styles make fights. I'm not sure weight wise how that would go.
140.
I think
It'll be at 140.
at 140.
Yeah.
I feel like Teal's almost out of there, and Shakur will be moving up. I think it'll be a weird and boring fight and a hard one to score because I don't think either one of them is going to be initiating anything. They're both going to be trying to counter all fucking day, and it's going to be some hard rounds to score.
You got to pick somebody though. You got to pick somebody.
I'll probably pick Shakur by decision. I think if either one of them gets in a flow state, it'll probably be Shakur maybe in the later rounds where he gets some clear rounds. And I don't think Tio's connected well enough to get him any favors.
Real quick, Tio versus we starting at 40. We're gonna go down to 35, but we get the opportunity. And I gotta tell y'all, I'm trying to keep the shows under 2:30 now. I'm trying to keep them under 2 hours and 30 minutes. We had 152, so if I shut it down on y'all, I say that respectfully. Just look for it, cause I'm trying my best to be in order, man. A nigga got to get in order. I be thinking, I'm like, man, a 6-hour show. Next thing I know, I'm like, bro, I'm half sleep at work. I can't be half sleep at work. I can't do it. So I'm trying to be in order, but Teofimo Lopez versus Gary Antoine Russell. Who you picking that fight?
Oh, I got Tio probably still.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean Gary Antoine is exciting. He's a fun fighter. He's exciting, but I don't think he's like a world beater. I think he's a good fight. I don't think Teal's a world beater either, but I think like Shelton mentioned, Antoine's gonna go forward. He'll probably just try to counter him all night and do what he does. Might end up being like a Josh Taylor fight.
Damn. Hey man, Tio watch Josh. I don't think Tio. Anyway, I don't want to give my opinion yet. Teach. What you got? Tio versus Antoine. What you got on that fight?
So again, we know that Antoine is a high volume puncher, physical. He has a good engine. I think he's kind of still improving, to be honest. But he's kind of defensively lacking. Like when he comes in, he gets hit clean. Sometimes he like smothers his work, like when he's very close. And I think Tio has the experience factor. I mean, I could see Tio by late stoppage or decision.
I ain't mad. Shout out to Mr. Chubman in the building. Shout out to Kazi in the building. Full PCB. What you got in this, man? Tio versus Antoine Russell. Who you got in that fight?
I mean, I would, my heart would go with Gary Antoine, but I think Tio would, I think somebody said it in here. I think that's a good style for Tio to kind of shine because he's a counter puncher. He's fast. He's athletic. He's got power, and Antoine got to get out of that bull rushing forward stuff. That's kind of that. He don't have that Sean Porter speed. Foot speed. He don't have that Sean Porter foot speed. He's fast, but I think Tio is just as fast as Antoine Russell. I want to see him add a wrinkle, to that lunging in type stuff that he does. And it works, because he is, a special kind of fighter, but he's going to have to add some wrinkles to what he's doing. It's not going to work on a fighter, on the level of Teofimo Lopez, because he's not going to be intimidated, by what Russell brings to the table. Now, Russell does have power. Can he hurt Tio? Yeah. But I think Gary Russell is tailor-made for Teofimo Lopez. I know a lot of people are surprised to hear that, but yeah, I think Tio wins that one. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell y'all real quick, and then we go into the next one. I think if Mr. Gary can truly hone Antoine's skill set, if he can hone it, And that's something that ain't proven yet. We hadn't really seen him hone as far as being the big brother, honing the younger brother's skill set. If he can hone it and give him the understanding, fight behind your jab, be patient, utilize your power, utilize your footwork, but don't just go rushing in and smothering yourself. I think Antoine has a chance there. I got it as a 50-50 fight. I picked Antoine to beat T.O., me personally. But I agree with everything y'all said. I think it's a tailor-made style for T.O., and it's going to be a struggle if Rancis Bartholomew can fight off the back foot and clip Antoine the way that he did. I thought he had Antoine hurt in that fight, and I thought it was a bad stoppage. But if Rancis can do it, if Victor Postile can fight off the back foot and do the same thing, I didn't think he clipped him the way that Rancis did. But at the same time, I thought Victor Postile, I thought it was a bad stoppage. I didn't think he was going to win the fight. I think T.O. is better than both of them guys. And man, I gotta say, I'm picking Antoine, but I think it's a 50-50 fight, and I would love to see that fight next. I think that's the fight in the division, in my personal opinion. I want to move forward. Teofimo Lopez against Africa, Richardson Hitchens. Who y'all got in that fight? I'm gonna spin the block and go in reverse order this time. We going PCB. Well, PCB, go ahead.
You said you're talking about that African dude that fought
Africa. That just beat not Lomachenko. Kambosos. Richardson Hitchens.
Oh, Hitchens. Man, come on.
I gotta ask the questions. He a champion. He a champion right now. He a champion in the division.
I know he's a champion, but I think he's the weakest link. Besides, I know he might be able to beat Matias. He might be able to outmaneuver Matias Hitchison, but I don't think he'll beat a Teofimo Lopez. I don't think Teofimo Lopez will respect his power. You know what I'm saying? He's a really, really technical boxer. I love his jab. He got a beautiful jab. Hitchison, you know what I'm saying? Perfect jab. But he don't have enough power to keep Teofimo Lopez. Now, Teofimo Lopez, if he overthinks, you know what I'm saying, his confidence, you know what I'm saying, because he's going to get countered by Richard Hitchison, right? The guy's a great counterpuncher, but I don't think he has enough, he don't have enough of, I don't know what to say. It's like, he just don't have that next level type of energy.
Boxing ability.
Yeah, boxing ability to get to Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is just too fast. I think he's too strong. I don't think he have to think a whole lot to beat Hitchison because he don't have enough, enough power. He kind of reminds me of, he's a pure boxer like Devin, like Shakur, but he don't have he's evasive and everything, but he's really technical. So I think Teofimo Lopez is a level above him, maybe a couple of levels above him. I think he's the weakest link. He haven't really fought nobody at 140 that, either of the top guys. I think Antoine beats him. I think Sabri beats him. I think everybody at 140 beats Richard Hitchison. You know what I'm saying?
You called him the weakest link.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't mad at you. Hey, I gotta get, and shout out to my brother PCB. I gotta get Mr. Chapman in here, but I gotta give you the drop on this one, my brother. And I say this respectfully right here.
I try my best to tell the truth. People don't like my style, how I talk, my delivery, but you ain't catching me in half truth and lie.
I don't think we done caught you in a half truth or lie. Me personally, that's just my opinion. I think that's an accurate description of it. Real quick, let me get Mr. Chapman in here. I apologize. We're gonna spin the block accordingly. But Mr. Chapman ain't said nothing. Mr. Chapman, welcome to the show. always a pleasure to have you on the show, man. Give me your opening statements, OG.
I come in peace. I'm gonna be in order.
Nope,
but
nope.
then-
Oh, no. We gotta give him the drop already.
This is outrageous. This is outrageous. Damn, damn, damn. It's a bunch of bull.
We know you ain't coming in peace or in or I'm joking, Mr. Chairman. I apologize to you. Go ahead. You know you're my brother. I love you.
Hey man, and all I gotta say is you saw what frustration looks like inside the ring last week. So and shout out to Anyway also did his thing in the ring.
Hold on. Did anybody get a chance to watch that fight? I literally on everything I look, I found out, and shout out to what's my brother name?
I didn't even care.
Hold on. My brother, what's his name? John Luke. John Luke Welch, I believe. Y'all go sub to his show. The brother doing great work over there. But I asked him, I was like, man, where the hell the fight at? He talking about this on Facebook. I said, I don't know the last time I watched it. I ain't never watched it. I don't even have a Facebook right now. I don't even have a Facebook. He talking about you got to watch the fight on Facebook. I said, damn. Well, I ain't gonna watch it. I couldn't even find the fight. Mr. Chairman, go ahead. Where did you watch the fight at? Did you watch it on Facebook too?
Yeah, actually, you know what? I did watch it on Facebook. I was up there with Scholar and All Positive, and we was watching it on there.
I ain't even got no damn face. I gotta get a Facebook.
Yeah, it's wild that thing was on Facebook. It's wild that it is. But hey,
and that's supposed to be a good fight because I like MJ. I'm a fan of MJ. Medaliev, or however you say the brother name, I'm probably fucking it up, but I couldn't find it. I'm sitting here looking. I'm all over I'm looking at the Zone. I'm looking at it used to be on ESPN with Top Rank. It ain't there no more, and I'm just looking up, and I caught him, and I'm in this chat. I'm like, bro, what a fight at? He talking about I'm watching it on Facebook. I'm like, man, I can't even watch the fight.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with Facebook, you definitely got to have an account. Otherwise, you couldn't watch it. But then when you went to their account, you had to go and tap into their site and then go find it because they had like a picture of it, but that wasn't exactly it. That was like a preview. You had to go inside it to find it.
You had to have a Facebook account to go inside of Facebook to watch the fight.
Yeah, because I don't know if you could do it without one, but because I know it was tough for me to look at certain things when I didn't have Facebook. People would send me stuff and I couldn't see it, so I don't think you could see it without it. But it was a pretty decent fight, man. A lot of people was upset with MJ because this is a pound for pound fighter, and this is your opportunity. You've been running your mouth, your promoter been running your mouth, but when you got up in there, it didn't seem like you gave everything that you could to that fight. But I think that what people misconstrued that for was the separation between the levels between the two talents. I think that in a way just was a step quicker. Matter of fact, a step and a half quicker. And his punch placement had him like discombobulated. And, he would get some punches in, but he was not like really trusting in himself to commit fully to try to take him out. Cause he did catch him with some stuff, but he got caught with a whole lot of stuff.
Well, I'm just gonna be honest. Don't give me a line. I didn't get a chance. I haven't seen that fight yet. Like I said, when he told me I had to go to Facebook, I was like, man, I might as well. I'm just going to sleep because it was already damn near 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, something like that, and I ain't got no damn Facebook account. So I said, hey, y'all got it this time. They done screwed me over in boxing. Shout out to my brother Troy Graham. Let me get Troy Graham in here. Troy, give me your opening statements, brother. Welcome to the show.
Yes. Well, hope is that Teofimo loses his next 3 fights and he retires and he's forgotten like a fart in the wind. That is my statement.
Did you say a fart in the wind?
Yes, indeed.
Amazing. I don't know the last time that sounds like something my uncle would say, man, the fart in the wind, man. That sounds like
Well, I'm
something.
old enough to be your uncle, so that's all right.
Hey, shout out to you, my brother. No disrespect whatsoever. I ain't mean it like that. I'm just saying, I ain't never. Did you have anything on Bud Canelo?
Yeah, I said I was. I love history, man, and I love the fact that the brother made a statement in the fight. You know, he didn't come there just to win. He made it. He actually left no doubt that he won. You know, and that's how you. That's what the fans want when we say someone's great. Show us. Show us, like like Ali used to say that he was the greatest, and he's going to show you why he the greatest. Terrence did that. The fight started off slow, but once he saw some openings as the fight got later, he took chances and went in on him, and then he knew he had to pull himself back because there was something coming back, and that's why the man is where he is today. And that's all I got to say.
A beautiful performance. All right, let's go ahead and get back to we right now. For y'all that done pulled up late, respectfully, we playing the game right now. We're playing who beats who, and so now we at the last. Well, I ain't even gonna go back on it. Y'all just gonna have to catch up with it. So moving forward, we talking, and I think I missed. Did I miss anybody on Tio versus Antoine? Tio versus Antoine is where I was at. Did I miss anybody that want to speak on it before I move forward?
No, I think you were on Hitchens.
Hitchens, thank you. Hitchens. Tio versus Hitchens. I appreciate that. Damn, man. All right. The show is fucked up now. I'm just telling y'all now. Ronnie Bravo up here. So the show is all the way fucked up. When I say that respectfully. We gonna move. It ain't gonna be who beat who no more. Go ahead, Ronnie. Welcome to the show, brother.
What's going on, Doug? What's up? I can't get a greeting? Like a hero's welcome?
Well, fine. We gonna give you. Hey, Ronnie. I don't do this for. I'm gonna do it for you because Ronnie Bravo. If y'all don't know, Ronnie Bravo been telling me for me. First off, me and him, we the worst judges in the world as far as debate judgings go. But I gotta give Ronnie Bravo the drop because Ronnie Bravo told me Bud beating the shit out of Canelo, and so this the drop I gotta give. This is who Ronnie Bravo is.
He once was an associate of ours. We called him Baba Yaga. The boogeyman? Well, John wasn't exactly the boogeyman. He was the one you sent to kill the fucking boogeyman.
This is who Ronnie Bravo is. So, Ronnie, welcome to the show, man. Give me your opening statements, brother.
There we go. I appreciate the Southern hospitality, Dub. I was on vacation during the fight, so, I'm kind of dealing with jet lag. So I thought I'd come back and pull up now that I'm back there in the States, So, I mean, what can I say? Every time I come out here and I let y'all know what's going to happen, y'all seem to have some kind of, I don't know, like it's kind of like y'all just don't believe a nigga when he say Bud's going to do something. I told y'all how superior he was to Canelo Alvarez, but now y'all too stuck on, well, Canelo was way too big. No, he's not. Canelo is a very small super middleweight. This man was winning junior titles at 147 pounds at one point when he started his career. He's not that big. I told y'all he had too much of a reach advantage against Canelo Alvarez. I mean, Canelo has a smaller reach advantage than Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather has a smaller reach advantage to Terrence Crawford, who has like 75-inch reach advantage, which is pretty big for that weight. So I told y'all Bud was gonna whoop his ass. I've been telling y'all that for a year, or since the fight was rumored to happen, which is probably more than a year. Been telling y'all that. Y'all don't listen. Y'all hard-headed as fuck. Y'all never want to listen to a nigga. Y'all think y'all know everything. I just want to come up here and tell y'all that I was right, y'all was wrong, and yeah, pretty much. Nothing happened that I didn't say was going to happen.
You got it, bro. You got it. Hey, I told you, hey, I went live that same night. I said what I said. I'm not, bro. Bud got it. You got it. Yeah, you were absolutely correct. I was out of order. I had a 60-40 Canelo. I was wrong about my pick. So you got it, bro. I ain't got no problem.
You
It's
voted against Crawford.
it's just deja vu. You know, I was hearing the same thing 2 years ago, but it's all good. No, I mean, Troy, yeah, almost half the panel was voting against Terrence Crawford. It's just a lot of them aren't here. I still have yet to see my man Cash Crypto. I haven't seen him yet. We got to put out an APB for him because he's missing in action. I haven't
You better
seen Cash. He's always here in every live, and now I can't seem to find him.
you
He's
better
been,
call and check up on him, Dub. Make sure the brother all right.
yeah.
I'll reach out. I'll reach out, man.
Please reach out to him. You know, I mean, a lot of people who've been calling and saying that Canelo was gonna beat the fuck out of I'm sorry, beat the fuck out of Bud. I haven't seen them since.
Hey, man, one thing I can say, you done seen me. I done been. It is what it is. I ain't got no problem with it. So
Yeah,
you done
absolutely.
seen me.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dub, you've eaten your crow. I'm not even gonna come up here and talk to you about how wrong you was, and
You could tell me all of it. Go ahead. I ain't got no problem. The floor is
like that.
yours. Hey, talk your shit. I ain't got no problem.
Yeah, I mean, I've been telling y'all that Canelo Alvarez was not no damn boogeyman. I've made this point before. I've seen Canelo, who, let me preface this by saying, is the most protected fighter in the history of boxing, because those scorecards are always you know the cliche. He comes into the fight up 5 rounds, and that was the case in this fight as well. Because there ain't no motherfucking way 115, 113 should have been scoring anybody's goddamn card.
Well, I did want to say this. You got to give Canelo his props. Just like Bud, he's a great fighter.
Absolutely.
It's just that Bud is a better fighter.
Absolutely.
That's all.
I have never come up
Yeah.
here and say Canelo Alvarez. I've told people all the time, Canelo Alvarez is who they feel Tank Davis is. Like, Canelo Alvarez really is who they want Tank Davis to be. He has the career, he has the names on his resume, he has the money.
Man,
He's the
stop
real.
it.
He's
Stop
the
it.
face.
Stop.
He
You
was
out of
the
order.
true.
Hold on. We
No.
gotta get this nigga
I get to talk my shit. Because
No. We not. Now, I'm
I don't know
gonna let you
what you
talk.
just said.
I'm gonna let you talk your shit. But when you get out of order, you know what we gonna say, right?
I want order.
Order, man.
That's
Ain't
not
no
out of
way.
order. What lie did I tell?
Canelo. You can never compare Canelo to Tank. You can never compare them.
Absolutely not.
That's literally what I just said. I said Canelo
No,
Alvarez.
You said. Go ahead.
I
say
said
it again. Maybe I heard it wrong.
Maybe y'all misheard me, or I mean,
maybe you
didn't
misstated
understand what I
it.
said. Maybe I misstated it. Let me go ahead and restate what I was trying to say. I said Canelo Alvarez is who a lot of these content creators think Tank Davis is.
Okay.
He was the true face of boxing. He has the resume, and he has the money, and he's the money man, and he's carried the sport. That's what I was trying to say. I don't know if that's what y'all heard, or maybe I misrepresented what I said.
You ain't exactly say that, but I understand where you're going with it now. I understand.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I was trying to say.
But we're not talking about Tank. I don't want to. I'm not trying to make this about Tank.
I don't even want to get on Tank because I don't give a fuck about Tank. But my thing is, I've seen Canelo Alvarez. The point I was trying to make was Canelo Alvarez was never no boogeyman. I've seen Canelo Alvarez get his ass whooped many times. Canelo Alvarez was down 5 rounds to Amir Khan of all fucking people before Amir Khan does stay in the pocket a little too long and got knocked out. I've seen him get outboxed by Austin Trout. I've seen him get outboxed by Landy Lara.
Cotto.
I've seen Dmitry Bivol put hands and feet on him. I've seen him lose 2 out of the 3 fights against Triple G and still get the scorecards in his favor.
I didn't see that one.
I've seen all this. So I don't know how y'all thought that Canelo Alvarez was some damn boogeyman, that Bud Crawford of all people, one of the most talented fighters we've ever seen, wasn't going to have a shot against Canelo Alvarez because y'all comparing him against.
I didn't say that though.
Not you, Dub.
But
I'm talking about other people.
But you got to understand, when you jump on my show and say, "Y'all, well, hell, I don't know." Hey, I'm just telling you. I said I gave Bud a chance. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, the chance I gave Bud is pretty much how the fight went. In my opinion, that's my opinion. But
are we going to start the both these guys are past their prime narrative that we had with Mayweather and Pacquiao?
I ain't starting none of that. I don't want to hear nothing.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying, cause spade is spade.
I just
They're
want
both
to
around the same age.
I just want to give credit where credit is
older,
due.
just like Floyd was older than Pacquiao, so you can't really use that.
Argument. Bud's older than Canelo. They both are at the end of their careers. Yeah, I mean, but Canelo hasn't had a competitive fight since his loss to Beevil. I mean, he's fought fucking nobody.
Well, I'm just gonna tell y'all this real quick. Fuck my show tonight. Since y'all don't give a damn about what I'm talking about, let me give y'all this one right here.
The fuck is wrong with you people? Who raised you?
My show. Fuck what I'm talking about. Fuck going through who beats who. Forget all of that. Y'all want this? What y'all want to talk about? And I ain't got no problem. I ain't had a chance for y'all to pull up and for y'all to say what y'all want to say. So y'all do y'all thing. It's okay. Fight Sports. Welcome to the show. What you got for me, man? Everybody else going. They said fuck what I want to talk about. They said we talking about Bud and Canelo. That's the end all be all, right? That's fine. I ain't got no problem. What you got on it, man? Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to New Zealand. If I ever get a chance to visit, man, when I call you, you ain't gotta give me that. Just pull up to my Airbnb or hotel and show me around the city. That's all I ask for. Shout out to you,
absolutely, man. Thanks.
You want him to take you on a date?
No, nigga, show me around.
Come on.
See how
he wants an ambassador. He wants an ambassador. That's what he wants.
He said, "Pull up to the Airbnb."
Pull up,
he got to order.
I know what you're saying, Dub. You just need an ambassador.
My bad, bro. I know you're from Georgia. I just had to make sure. My bad.
I have no clue about New Zealand. I just said if I pull up in New Zealand, and I plan to go there one day, respectfully. When I get there, Jack, hey, pull up on me and say what's up. The same way I would ask you, Max. You know what I'm saying? If I pull up in Cap, man, just pull up on me and show me love. That's all I'm asking.
He gonna show you how to.
I don't know if you would consider that a date. I wouldn't consider it that, but
that's just me being the good big homie I am. I feel you.
So what's the problem with me asking the brother? It's crazy. I know niggas in California. I don't know nobody in New Zealand. So I'm asking the nigga in New Zealand, hey, just pull up and show me love. That's it.
I know David too.
25. I wouldn't get flued out. I just wouldn't do it.
So
go ahead, fight. Hey, Bud Canelo, man, give me your opening statements about Bud Canelo.
As far as how the fight went and how Crawford won?
Whatever you want to do at this point. These niggas so far out of order, it don't even matter no more.
How are we out of order? This in your title.
Because y'all look, I'm 2 hours into the show. We done already had that conversation. We were literally on Let's Play the Game, and the game was who beats who. We were literally hold on. We were literally talking about who wins the fight at 40 against Teofimo Lopez when you pulled up. That's why you out of order.
My bad. I'm sorry.
You asked me the question. I'm telling you.
I hadn't been here, Dub.
That's on you. That ain't on me.
Like, I can't go on a vacation.
I didn't say that. All I said is when you pulled up, you was out of order, and the reason you was out of order, not because, and I gave you the leeway. I gave you the leeway. I said, go ahead, brother. Talk. I know what you want to talk about. I said, go ahead. Did I not?
Yes, you did.
I gave you the leeway, and then you want to say, when I said that these niggas out of order, I wasn't even talking about you. I said, because I gave you the leeway. But the conversation when you pulled up wasn't Bud Canelo no more because we had already talked about it. So the conversation was who beats who at 140, talking about we actually had went through multiple fighters. We had went through Shakur and Tio. We went through Tio and Antoine. We went and we were on Tio and Richardson Hitchens Africa, or Richardson Hitchens Africa. That's where we was at. And then you came and changed the whole show, which I was cool with. I didn't have no smoke. I said, my brother is pulling up. We the worst judges. I gave you leeway, and then you want to say, come on, man. Keep being. You gotta be in order.
I apologize to you, Doug. I'm going to go ahead and make a public apology for you.
No, I don't need
My
no
bad.
apology. I
My
don't need no
bad.
apology. I'm just saying. You.
I forget my place sometimes because had it been Devin Haney versus fucking Regis Prograde, that
Here
went
we
on for
go.
2 weeks.
Here we go.
But Bud
Here
Crawford
we go.
and Canelo can only get a few days.
I
forgot.
hold on. I did the day after the show. You pulled up on me the day after the show. Or not even. It wasn't even the day after. The night of, Ronnie. You pulled up and you and Bella were in the chat talking about I wasn't addressing y'all comments. And what did I do? Hold on. What did I do? I said, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all have y'all. I said, because y'all saying I'm not addressing the comments, what did I do, Ronnie? I addressed every comment that y'all had. Did I not?
Yes, you did. You addressed every comment. I couldn't hop on that night though.
That's fine. That's on you. That ain't on me. All I'm saying is
I had shitty service in Dominican Republic.
All I'm saying is I'm running the show, and then I'm trying to get back to, and now you sitting here, you telling me I ain't talking enough about it, and I done gave every grace that I can give.
Well, give us some more, goddammit.
See, they ain't never happened. We got to give them the drop now. We got to give them the drop. We got to
He's
give them
just
the
like
drop
my
now.
mom. He's never satisfied.
Never satisfied.
Why do we scream at each other?
All this shit talking
This
y'all be
is what
doing.
it sounds
Damn
like.
right. Y'all
when
The fuck is wrong with you people? Who raised you?
Come on now.
Hey, what do you mean, you people?
Y'all don't want to hear my mouth. Pick the right fighter next time.
Y'all right here, right now, though, because I think everybody on the show, with the exception of Fight Sports.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm trying to give my brother fight. I'm trying to give him the opportunity to speak on it. On the same.
Oh yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
And you still out of man, y'all.
I'm gonna put myself on mute. I'm on mute. Go ahead.
Well, we don't believe you. We don't believe you. You know what? And now we got to get running to drop.
No.
Rough on him now.
No, he needs to know.
Okay.
He's always crying.
Stop crying. Go ahead, Fight Sports. It's on you, brother. What I don't even know where we at this point in the show, man. I told y'all I got 7 minutes left, man. I told y'all 2:30 is my limit tonight. I'm trying to keep it short. But damn, man, niggas just be out of order. Go ahead, Fight. I apologize to you, brother. When I pull up in New Zealand, show up. That's all I ask for. Go ahead.
Sure, man. I don't think Crawford can do much more in a rematch. His one advantage coming into this fight is that he's big and his body punching slows fighters down, but his punches had no effect on Crawford, which was surprising. So, yeah, I don't think there's much more he can do in a rematch. I don't think Crawford's going to fight anybody. I don't think he'll fight any of the contenders, and that's not a knock on Bud. I just don't think he wants to do that. So I think his focus is going to be a Canelo rematch or retire. But yeah, it does show a bit that Canelo's, in terms of being the greatest of this era, he's not as high as guys like Usyk or Inoue, and yeah, Crawford's ahead of him. So I hope I haven't repeated anything you guys have said, but yeah, I don't think Canelo wins the rematch if it happens.
I agree 100%. You know what? I think man, Bud made it look like easy work. He made it look like easy work against Canelo. I've never seen, and now I gotta repeat myself because never mind. I ain't gonna go. I'm not gonna be petty.
Man, Bud done made everybody look like easy work.
Cool.
Oh, Madrimov.
He's that nigga, bro.
He didn't make Madrimov look like easy work. He didn't make.
Bro, I was there, dog. That shit was easy.
Didn't throw no damn punches. I'm sick of y'all always saying that.
I was there, man. He easily beat Madrimov.
See, when I want to give Bud credit, and the crazy thing is,
it's the cups, dog. It's the cups. You can't. Just give the cups.
You think that fight was? You think that fight was close, though?
I'll get us in order.
Man, ain't throw a damn punch.
Seem like I'll get us in order. Let me get us in order.
Damn.
Let me get us in order. All I'm trying to tell y'all motherfuckers is, I thought that. Hold on, man. Y'all see y'all. All right, fuck it. I thought Bud. I thought he beat Madrimov. I thought it was I thought Madrimov was a closer fight than the Canelo fight was, and that's why I give Bud so much credit because I thought Bud went up there and when I called the fight, I didn't score it directly. You know what I'm saying? I didn't score it, but Bud did everything, man. But it got to a point with Canelo where Canelo was sitting out there looking like, my bad fight. It got to a point where Canelo was looking like, man, why I gotta go keep fighting this nigga? Canelo, I ain't never seen Canelo body language the way it was against Bud.
Yeah.
When Bud started clipping his ass, and I thought Bud hurt him to the body a couple times.
Oh, he hurt him in that last round. You look like he was all on his feet.
Hold on, man. You out of order.
Out of order promotions, dog.
Well, hey, I'm the promoter around this motherfucker. So all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, let me bring my brother up. Damn, man. Hey, look. I'm trying to shore my lives up to at the longest 2:30. I know we're gonna go to at least 2:45 now. I know it with the panel. I understand. All I'm telling you is Ronnie Bravo, go back and listen, bro. Everything you done said, I gave, but I said the same thing. Bud put hands on Canelo. He made it look easy. I've never seen Canelo look the way that he looked in that fight. When Bud put hands on him, caught him with counters, Canelo looked, the first thing he looked like, he was like, man, did this nigga just hit me with that shit? The second thing he looked like is, God damn, I gotta keep fighting this nigga. And then when he was in the corner, it looked like when Eddie Reynoso, and I had it on mute, I wouldn't listen to what Eddie Reynoso said, and he probably was speaking in Spanish, so I wouldn't have understood it anyway. But even then, just looking at Canelo, his body language, he was like, I gotta go back out here against this motherfucker. God damn. It didn't like he didn't want no part of the fight. I said that it should have been scored, in my personal opinion, 9-3, 8-4 at the best. But Bud beat the shit out this man. Like, Bud was just a better boxer. It wasn't a close fight.
I get you.
And Bivol did the same thing to Canelo, but I don't know if it was. Say again.
He didn't do the same thing. He wasn't frustrated. I mean, he was frustrated, but he didn't beat his ass like that though.
Hold on, man.
No, I think
let fight go, and then let me get stuff in here, and then we're gonna spin the block. I ain't know we was going back to this shit, but we're gonna do it. Go ahead.
Oh man, you gotta let the Buttercups have their time, bro. Let them celebrate.
I ain't crying. I'm giving credit where credit is due. I'm just trying to get everybody in here.
Nigga, you got it in your fucking title. Canelo Bud.
What you want me to have, Bud Canelo?
Yeah, this is a victory lap, bro.
Let me rephrase.
That's
Let me edit it. Let me make
Damn, Dub, why you trying to keep the black man down, Dub?
Now I'm keeping it.
Just say open panel, free boxing talk.
But the thing is, the same way I run my panel, bro. Like, I love to hear my brothers talk. I want to hear what Fight Sports got. I want to hear what Steph got. The same way, Ronnie, when you pulled up, we was on a whole nother topic. I changed the topic for your black ass.
Okay, on my bad. You know what, Dub? You're right. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to bully you niggas into going back into the topic that you have in your fucking panel.
This is outrageous. This is outrageous.
The late nigga done bullied us. The nigga that didn't pull up until we was, and now we 2 hours, 30 minutes in when I want to shut the show down, and now I got to keep going. Because
no. You ain't got to keep going.
It's supposed to be brothers.
Nah, we all family. Hey, Ronnie, me and Ronnie understand like I understand it. So
yeah, we playing.
Yeah, we understand.
I mean, I took him off the board. I mean, you probably was talking about Shakur, Devin Haney. Nobody want to hear about them pillow punching motherfuckers.
Hey, shout out to Bill Haney.
Crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack?
I never got to play the game, but I tell you in a heartbeat, Shakur definitely gets T.O. Richardson Hitchens gets T.O. because he's going to have to make him come to him, and unfortunately he's not. So he's going to have to go forward. Definitely, my man Antoine's going to get his ass going forward or boxing him, and whoever else we going to talk about, I'm with that.
My next show we playing the game. We ain't gonna we ain't need because these niggas so far out of order. Let me get my brother Fight Sport. Y'all ain't even let Fight finish his damn shit. Like y'all ain't even let that brother finish.
My bad.
I was quiet, Dub. I was quiet.
Welcome to America, nigga.
Now you good. You good. I'm just saying, y'all so far out of order. Y'all so far. Yeah, man. Y'all. All right. Go ahead.
In the ghetto.
And then I got it. Hold on, real quick. I'm going Fight. I'm going Steph. Then I'm coming back to myself to get this shit back in order because y'all niggas is gonna be out of order regardless. So go ahead, Fight. I apologize for cutting you off. I apologize for these country ass niggas, backwood ass niggas, hood ass niggas cutting you off, my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's just when you said that you hadn't seen Canelo look like that when Bud was beating him. I think Bivol actually did a worse job on Canelo, but I don't know whether it was the judges, but Canelo seemed to think that he could get a robbery decision against Bivol, whereas he didn't against Crawford. It just seemed likely that he was going to lose fair and square, which he did. But yeah, no, I think Canelo's always looked like this. Same thing with Mayweather, same thing with Bivol. When he can't hurt guys and intimidate them, he kind of becomes a bit ordinary. So with Crawford, you just didn't expect it because Crawford's a natural smaller guy. So yeah, I don't think Canelo being washed had much to do with it because Crawford's older than him. I think it just shows when he fights movers, if he can't slow them down, he gets discouraged. Yeah, I don't think Canelo's going to do much in a rematch. I think both guys actually retire, and I don't know if we're talking about Crawford's legacy, but he's made things a lot interesting with this win. So.
Real quick, and before I go to Steph, I want to ask you, Fight, and I know you know your boxing, and I'm gonna start calling you, and I say this respectfully, I'm calling you the New Zealand historian. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, the New Zealand historian. That's what I'm calling you moving forward.
I ain't gonna remember that shit.
Who ain't? See, you don't know where we rock at, man. Man, shut your ass up. Anyway.
Hey, write that shit down. Put it on your fridge, man.
Man, I ain't got to put that on. Anyway. So I want to ask this. Did you think that Canelo, you thought he looked the same as far as, in my opinion, looking denigrated, looking, it seemed like the frustration, you thought you seen that in all his other losses?
Yeah, because in his other losses, he's lost to guys who have been able to outbox him, and he looks frustrated when he can't hurt him. Like the second Golovkin fight, the one where he took Golovkin's O, even if you think Golovkin won that fight, he did hurt him in that fight. Like I did a video on this, he did hurt Golovkin, so he at least had a case for winning. But yeah, when he couldn't land a single punch on Floyd. With Bivol, he caught him, but he couldn't hurt him. And he got so frustrated in that fight, just got his head boxed off. And this one, it was similar. I mean, you saw him swinging and missing, kind of looking a bit amateurish. Canelo, because he's flat-footed, he needs to slow guys down. And when he can't, that's when he gets discouraged.
Last question, and then I'm going to Steph. I remember a time, even especially like when, you named the fight, but I remember a time when Canelo threw in combinations. One of the things I love about Eddie Reynoso, he teach you, you finish your combination with that left hook to the body. I ain't seen Canelo throwing combinations in, 3 fights now. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't think he's throwing combinations because he's not the guy he used to be, because he has even though Crawford's older, I think he turned pro when he was like 16. So, yeah, he's been fighting a long time. So, yeah, he's not the fighter he was. But also, he doesn't throw combinations against movers. Like against Lara, he was throwing like 2-punch combinations because Lara just moved around the whole time. Against Bivol, he wasn't throwing combinations. The judges were just corrupt in that fight because there's no way he won 5 rounds. Against Floyd, he did throw combinations. And also against Skull, he was throwing like 1 punch, but Skull just ran away the whole time. So he didn't like land anything. So yeah, Canelo's always kind of thrown 1 punch at a time when he fights a guy he can't catch. But also, yeah, he is past his best.
Steph Brown, welcome to the show. Shout out to the Cowboys. We got our win. I don't know how we got it. It was by hook or crook. But shout out to my brother Steph. Steph,
Yeah,
welcome to
shout
the
out,
show.
Steph. Shout out to you, Steph. My
You
brother.
out of order. You out of order.
I'm just
You
saying
out of
what's
order.
up. That's
You
all.
out of
That's
order,
all.
man. You out of order.
Just saying what's up. That's
What you
all.
gonna be out of order for? Steph, welcome to the show. What you got on Canelo Bud, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What up, Dub? Salute to the panel, man.
And if y'all don't know, that's my brother. That's another. Oh man, all y'all my brothers, man. It is crazy.
Sure.
I rock with all y'all. So
Yes, sir. Praise God, man. Praise God. What up, Mix? That's my brother for sure, right there.
he out of order too.
We got Ronnie. We got the king over here. We got Ronnie in the building. Salute,
Salute,
Teach.
my brother.
Salute to the Mr. Chairman up there. We got Pool Counter in there. Love his show, don't you? You just gotta love his show. And of course, fights, sports, man. I saw you cooking over there with your man BF as usual. Man, that was one of the better lives and content creation I've seen all year. That was a great show tonight.
Shout out to my brother
Shout out to
BF,
him.
man. Shout out to
That
BF.
was, I like that challenge, and I like the conversation because that's real, and that's why none of you guys have ever heard me say Bud is like the GOAT. Like, all due respect, but respectfully, I can think of 25 to 50 fighters before I get to him.
50?
Yeah,
Yes.
50's
Damn near
about
talked about that shit tonight. You better go back and watch the live, man.
All right. But go ahead. Break the fight down. Break the fight. Only
There's
reason I
not
say
much to break down. I told you.
well, since there ain't much to break down.
Well, no, hang on, Debbie. Hang on, man.
Well, you said it ain't nothing to break down.
No.
Dub, let that man talk.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead.
Talk. Anyway, remember, Dub, I was one of the ones coming on your show and telling you Bud was going to do exactly that. I was really hoping he was going to stop him. You know, I was really trying to get that. That would have been really nice. But what was I telling y'all the whole time? I was saying, no, man, Bud is, at this point in their careers, is the better fighter overall. Like, I really can't see Canelo just going in there and doing it. I really couldn't. No. Like, Bud he was better at everything. But what's that? And then with Canelo, I mean, not to hate too much. I mean, yeah, he's just, respect to him, but he's just at the end of his career, and frankly has fought overrated guys who shouldn't have been in the ring with him in the first place. So when he fought a superstar like Bud, he was really going to be outgunned and outmatched. So I was not surprised, man, and I was very happy. I hope Bud dispersed the belts and gives some guys, a real shot at it, man, because this guy's been holding up the division for years. It's just unbelievable stuff. So I'm very happy about that. That's why I was happy when Tyson Fury got out of there. But what else? To just fast forward things, I like the conversation when I came in. You were talking about Shakur and all of them. Look, those guys, man, to me, man, I mean, I like them, man, but they're all fraud and pussyfied and sissy. All of them, bro. They won't even fight each other, but they just want to fight European dudes, man, I guess.
But
whatever,
we do. It seemed like it. But
whatever.
I gotta stop you.
That's cool, but
I gotta stop you real quick.
What? See, no. Let me stop you real quick, and I'm gonna shut up. Effing, you know what's real though, and not seeming like, is Devin Haney and Mr. Norman getting it on. How about that? Now
I love that fight. I love that fight.
Talking about it seemed like, no, Devin and them are really getting it on.
Hold on, real quick.
And
Do
shout
you
out
do
to
you do
Turkey
you do
too.
you
He
do you
made
know do you know anything? Because I asked this question earlier. I don't know if this is a true statement or not, but do you have any information on Shakur versus Teofimo Lopez? They say the fight happened in January. I don't know nothing about it. I ain't seen nothing solid on that. Do you have anything to correct me in that situation? Respect.
no, I don't, and I'm cool with it if it happened, man. I mean, I think if that really does happen, I'll assess it then. But I've never really known those guys to really do anything that big. That'd be the biggest fight in their careers.
I want to see it. I hope it happens. I hope it happens.
I mean, like I said, I do want to see it, but like that's kind of crazy for Teofimo to bring up Shakur when he's got plenty of smoke in front of him. You know, like he could unify. Shit, he could have been unified.
And this is why we had to go through who beats who, because like you said, he can unify, and the man ain't unifying. He's not doing it, and I want to see him fight Antoine. I want to see him fight Matias. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him fight Richardson Hitchens. I want Africa. Yeah. I want to see that brother unify, and I don't believe we're gonna ever see it.
Last thing, look at me, I was yelling earlier. My bad. Look at me forgetting my thought. Tio's he could be at 40.
Did I cut out?
Yeah, I think he was saying that Canelo is a Mexican Sean Porter.
Damn, he said
Hold on,
that?
Oh no, we can hear you now. Go ahead. We didn't hear what you finish your statement, Steph.
Oh, my bad. No, I was saying that Tio, he could be at 47 right now, man. I always come in here and tell you those guys are 47 pounders. Everyone that we talk about, day in, day out, they could make it. They could be there right now. But whatever, you know, if he want to do it at 40, but now he wants to bring up Shakur, and you know it seemed like it. Cool. I mean, we'll see.
I mean, he tried to fight Boots, but Boots ducked him, so you got to go with what you got.
You talking about Tio?
I'm talking about Teofimo.
Teofimo Lopez had a chance to fight Devin Haney, and he ducked the shit out of Devin Haney. He said it himself.
I mean, no one's disputing that, but he did duck Boots. Let's just say that. We can call it.
Hold on. First off, did he duck Devin?
Absolutely.
Yes, twice.
So, I mean, how you
both things can be true, bro.
But
yeah.
Hold on. But the thing is we ain't never seen this man ever fight at 47. We ain't never seen it, and Boots ain't even at 47 no more.
No, this is before Boots moved.
So you saying that Boots ducked?
But either way,
hold on, Max. You saying that Boots ducked? And I just want I want you saying Boots
yes,
ducked?
a Teofimo fight.
Oh, at 47.
Yes, he said right away he's not going to fight.
Amazing.
Yeah, no one else to fight.
Yeah.
He still don't got no one else to fight. The nigga he's fighting now ain't a bigger name than Teofimo.
Then why if he wanted to smoke with Boots, why he ain't fight Devin?
Bruh.
What do you mean? Those two things are two separate things. What do you mean?
No, I'm
that
asking,
was like a Chinese riddle.
I'm asking why. I'm asking why he didn't. If he said he,
I don't know. Maybe he thinks he has a better chance beating Boots and beating Haney, or maybe there's two belts at 147 versus him giving up his belt at 140.
All right.
You can't say you the boogeyman. Nobody want to fight you when somebody calling out your name and then you didn't fight him, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Real quick, hey man, I don't even know where we at, man. I don't know where we at with this, man. Let me get full counter.
We're at fuck Canelo. That's why he was ducking Benavidez.
Full counter. It's on you, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know where we at with this damn conversation no more. These niggas ain't got so far out of order. I don't know where we at. Put us back in order, brother. I hope put us back in order.
Well, what we talking about? You know
I don't know. I have no clue. And they done fuck the show up, man. They
done fuck the show up. Look at your title, bro. And you need to spell check your title too, by the way. But My nigga.
What I said? What's wrong about my? What's wrong? Oh, I got open Pnell. Open Pnell.
Georgia education.
Open
Well,
Pnell.
I guess we all over the place.
You see how your friends do you. You see how your friends do you.
Yeah, so you all over the place, my nigga.
One thing that was interesting about the Canelo Bud fight was, Bud talked about how they tried to rob him. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about the judge scores, and I think they were saying like going into the 11th, he had to win the 11th and the 12th round. It would have been a draw. I thought that was kind of interesting how Bud was able to, really turn it on and make his dominance performance. They said if he didn't win that 11th or 12th round, it would have been a Canelo draw. And that was scary, to think that Canelo would have been able to hang on to the belts, and block, the 168 division for another few years, for his last three fights. That's why I'm kind of hoping Fundora beats shit out of Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Because I think if Keith Thurman get that belt, he is going to covet that belt. He's going to hold on to it.
Keith Thurman ain't got a chance to get. Hey.
I know, but
that man ain't got a chance.
I know, but I'm rooting against him. Even though I like Keith Thurman when he's on top of his game. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's going to hold up the division and not move boxing forward, I think Fedor is going to really press. He's going to be the boogeyman at 154.
Right now, he's the best right now.
Oh, wait a minute. Let the man finish.
Yeah, I think Fundora right now, he's that dude who's gonna. If you don't belong at the 154 division, Fundora's he's gonna find out. He's that dude that's gonna find out if he belongs at the 154 division. He's already beating shit out of Lubin. You know what I'm saying? He's already beating shit out of Tim Tszyu. I'm talking about this dude is the cleanup man. He is the cleaner. He should change his name to the cleaner. Because he cleaning up everything, you know what I'm saying? And,
Breaking Bad.
He's an anomaly, man. He's an anomaly. Big, long, strong. It's like Boots picked a hell of a division to come to at a hell of a time.
But you know what, Paul? I think that's the only guy that can get him. I think it's the only guy. I think it's the only guy. Real fast, Dub. And I'm sorry, Paul. I love it because I think Fundora is the number one guy at 54 right now. I don't think anyone can beat him, but the only guy I think is just a matchup. I think Boots could do it.
Why do you think Boots can beat him when Boots fighting Lima?
Well, let's be fair. Virgil Ortiz had his two. He had Frederick Lawson and he had Thomas Delorme.
And Virgil,
so nobody said
and we criticized that.
Right, but what I'm saying is, when you moving up like that, you got to get acclimated, right?
Man, look, hold on. Fool, I understand. Mm-hmm. Man, ain't no way. At least we knew who Thomas Delorme was. At least we knew that.
Mm.
We don't.
Hold
on. Wait a minute.
At 47.
But y'all tell me at 54, who is Lima? And I say this respectfully. Has anybody seen Lima fight?
We have seen him fight. He's been on the Matchroom card.
Who you seen him fight?
He's been on the Matchroom card.
Aaron McKinnon. Some guy.
He's nobody of note at all.
Yeah, I saw him in the McKinnon fight, but yeah, he ain't nobody.
And
he's nobody of note.
And one more thing, Paul, I want to add. I want to give Bomac credit. Bomac was very highly intense in the matchup to keep Bud concentrated. He didn't slip up one time. And what I love, we all know this about them on Bud's three coaches, but he was getting the other coaches involved too. Coach, what you got on this? Coach, what you got on that? And they were keeping Bud focused. He was not unfocused the whole time, man.
All right, man.
Did you just switch the whole fucking subject, bro?
No. Real quick. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I told y'all I was going 230. We had 250. I'm getting everybody last words, and the reason I'm getting your last words because I can't. I still got a day job. I gotta work. I do this for fun.
Fuck that day job, dog.
Man, what the fuck you mean? Yeah, y'all niggas ain't
You should have put your whole check on Bud, dog.
y'all niggas ain't support. Man, let me get everybody last words. We're gonna do things the right way. I'm gonna start with my brother, man. Steph, you were let me. I'm going in order. You were the last brother up here. You gonna be the first off, respectfully. Steph, hey, I gotta say this real quick. Shout out to the Cowboys.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Hey, if y'all, man, my brother hit me up, man. Steph Steph be like, hey, Doug, man, hey, we got this going. We gonna be in order now. We still out of order a little bit, but we got chances out here. Give me your last words, my brother.
I think just starting the Cowboys real quick. Damn it.
No, you could be long-winded about the Cowboys.
No, right.
If you could be long-winded about anything up here, you could be long-winded about the Cowboys. I throw all these niggas off. I throw all of them off for the Cowboys. Respect.
I'm in Texas now. God damn it.
Already. You know, I just like the will. You know, because look at me, the will that that they got with the team. Because who would have thought Brian Schottenheimer, man, would have that much control of the team?
I like the culture.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I like the culture. These guys don't seem to want to give up. We got to fix that defensive back room, man. Or you know what it is, actually? I take that back. Who is that? What's his name? The defensive guy, Matt Eberflus, whatever.
Eberflus.
He messed up on the scouting report, man, because it's obvious that they don't have the personnel.
Nah. I think that Eberflus, I think he know what he's doing. I think he in that game. I think he tried some shit that it may hurt us, but I gotta understand what I got, and I can't. Anyways, I'm gonna hit you up, Steph. With me and you will talk about that. We'll talk about that. But give me everything box.
Yeah. Shit, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to the panel, man. I like what we all talked about tonight, man. It's all boxing. It's all love. Shout out to Ronnie, man. It's good to see you up here. Of course, Max, Pool Counter, the chairman, Fight Sports. Man, you're everywhere, man. Be cool. And man, yeah, y'all get some rest. But one more thing.
Already.
You know you're gonna go for another hour, right?
No, I'm not. I'm literally shutting it. I'm literally shutting it down because I didn't even like my shutdown is gonna be 3 hours. I plan to go an hour. 2:30. I said I'm gonna go 2:30, and my shutdown is gonna put me into the 3 hour conversation. So that's the grace that I can give.
All right, we'll see, man.
Live you did.
Y'all be cool.
24 Hour Live you did something different.
Already.
Hey man, much love to my brother.
Already.
Let me see how I want to do this. Man, fuck it.
Let me get mine so I can get the fuck off here. I said Canelo the Mexican Sean Porter with better promotion. Anybody that's been a Hall of Fame fighter he's lost to, everyone else he beats, be ranked fighters. We know he lost that first Triple G fight. It is what it is. He's still one of the faces of boxing. I'm glad that Bud got the check. I think Bud can do whatever the fuck he want to do from here on out. He can go fight Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, Jake Paul, all the motherfuckers the same day. It don't even matter. Get your money, dog. He did his thing. I think it's time for people to put some fucking respect on his name. He's been the best fighter in boxing since Andre Ward left. And Monster had a quiet big win. Once again, Japanese timing, so he didn't get a lot of promotion coming off the big weekend. But he beat the shit out of MJ. That might have been a shutout. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find more than two rounds for MJ in that fight. So
how did and this is the problem, real quick, Mick. This is the problem with boxing. How does a fight like Monster versus MJ end up on Facebook? I don't understand it.
It was in the middle of the night, so I don't know if they really felt like spending money to. advertise that shit. out here.
When Cool Boy fought Monster, I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning calling the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Cool Boy got more of a fan base than MJ does. I would say.
I'm a fan of him, but I'm just saying, I couldn't find the damn fight. It was on Facebook. I couldn't find it. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. I don't want to get too far into it. Go on and finish your last story.
Yeah, but we'll see if this fight actually did better than what I thought it was gonna do. I mean, I don't know what the numbers are, but a lot of people tuned into this one. So we'll see how it compares to Jake Paul and Tank, see what the fight of the year is. But to all the fucking fighters out there that want to talk shit about these exhibitions, make the real fights and motherfuckers will watch them. So if you are trying to crush the exhibition game or the YouTube game, it's time for all the superstars to sign the fucking contracts and make the fucking fights happen. Give us some trilogies. Give us some real shit, bro. Like, we don't got many of those in this era. What, Wilder Fury, maybe Beterbiev and Bivol if we're lucky. And that's about fucking it, bro. The 90s, everybody had fucking trilogies. That shit just came left and right. So let's get it cracking, man. Bud can do whatever the fuck he wants. King of boxing.
Hey, man, shout out to my brother, man. Hey, that's my brother Mix. Let me get my brother Ronnie Ronnie, well, matter of fact, Ronnie, I owe you this one. This one. Only reason I'm saving Ronnie, and I say this respectfully, I'm saving Ronnie for last because I owe him this one. He got a glow, and I also got to say, me and Ronnie, we were the two worst judges of all time. So I got to give Ronnie his last words will be the last words outside of mine. So let me get my brother, Fight Sports. Let me get you in here, bro, my brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And when I pull up in New Zealand, and I promise I'm pulling up in New Zealand, hey, just show up at the hotel and we're gonna have a good time. Respectfully.
For sure, absolutely. Yeah, I loved Inouye's performance over Akhmadaliev. I think he's pretty much cleaned out the division. Hold
on. Real quick, fight. Could y'all see the fight over there? Because like I said, the only way I could see the fight was on Facebook. Did y'all have an opportunity to watch the fight in New Zealand?
Yeah, I was able to watch it. I've been able to watch all Inoue fights. They're just at weird times. But yeah, it was easy to watch.
Amazing. Did you watch it on Facebook?
That's a good question. I actually don't know where I watched it. All I know is that I did. It was on good quality. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a fight on Facebook.
No, that's the only place. But go ahead. My apologies. I'm just trying to get an understanding, respectfully. But go ahead.
Yeah, I loved Inouye's performance. I think he should move up to featherweight now. I think he's pretty much cleaned out another division. And yeah, I think both Crawford and Canelo retire. I think Inoue has got some fights left. I think Usyk pretty much retires, or at least he should retire soon. So yeah, I'm going to love comparing their careers. Who's the greatest? Who's greater, Bud or Floyd? Because that topic has come up, and yeah, they're all fascinating discussions. So yeah, love to discuss that with you in the future, Dub. And yeah, I'll be breaking that down on my channel. Peace out, guys. All the best.
Man, y'all make sure I go sub to my brother Fight Sports, man. Fight said he doing videos now. He trying to do it all. So shout out to my brother Fight. Let me get my brother Full Counter PCB.
Hey, what's up?
If y'all don't know, I gotta tell y'all go sub to PCB as well. The brother been, man, it been a minute now, and I don't mean no disrespect. It's been a minute. But my brother been, man, I seen him live earlier today. I got a chance to pull up on him a few days ago. Man, PCB been cooking over there. And if you want to know anything about real boxing, that brother gonna break boxing down to you. PCB, man, give me your last words. Let the people know where they can find you before you break your last words now.
Just full kind of boxing, you know what I'm saying? Just come on in, stroll in, you know me. Shout out to the panel and shout out to the chat. You know how we do. We always real with it. I think Crawford, good win for Crawford. He made history. You know, he got a lot of options. You know, right now I think they're trying to build up a MMA fight. He got an MMA fighter calling him out, Ilias Tapora, or something like that, talking all kind of major stuff that he can knock out Crawford in one round.
What's his name? What's his name?
It's some kind of foreign. It's like Illa Tapora. You know what I'm saying? And he's talking mad shit that he can knock out Crawford in one round. And,
Bud can wrestle now. Bud can wrestle.
Well, he's talking about boxing, you know, and
he's talking about boxing.
Yeah, he's talking about boxing, Bud. So you know, so he's got a lot of little circus stuff starting to pop out because his name is popping right now, and I think he kind of want to do it like Mayweather and Conor. What's his name?
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor. Yeah, he kind of wants something like that, you know, a big event. You know what I'm saying? Make a lot of money and probably disappear. But, you know, it's just good to see Bud in a situation where he got options. You know, his name is getting out there. And like my man said, he could do pretty much what he wants. You know, he don't have to fight anybody. He's 3-time undisputed. So he can go gracefully or he could take another fight. It won't tarnish anything. He could go to 160 and clear that out and become a 4-time undisputed champion. It just all depends on how you feel, how many fights you got left in him. But that's pretty much all I got. You know what I'm saying? Check out my channel. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're always, you know, welcome to come over to my channel. Thomas Hill, everybody know me, teach, you know. She know me. A1 Hoop Zone out there. Salute to all of you guys. Fight Sports, you know what I'm saying? What is his name? Johnny Bravo and Mr. Tex Mex, whatever, you know. So, you know, that's my last words, and I'll see you guys, you know.
Hey, much love, my brother.
Shout out to the good brother Pool.
Y'all make sure y'all go sub the Pool, man. Pool, he do great work over there, man. He do great work, and hey, one of the most non-biased individuals that I know. The only more I got one individual over Pool as far as non-biased go is my brother Just Do. Just Do is the most non-biased. Pool Counter is the second most non-biased. You know what I'm saying?
How the hell did he get over me? I started before him.
It wasn't about
respectfully.
Well, hey, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all was a little hot on EJ.
I put everybody on. They blow up after they get on my damn shit. They be blowing the hell up.
That's a fact. Hey, I blew up after I got on your show, so I gotta. I give credit what credit is due. I give credit what credit is due.
Echelon, 2 cents. Everybody blow up after them. Come on, my shit, Mark.
Man, Pool County is where it's at, man. Shout out to my brother, man. Much love and respect to you, fam.
No doubt, man. I love it, man. All talking boxing.
Hey, keep doing your thing, and you know, the way you welcome me is the way I'm gonna welcome you.
Oh yeah, you were there early, right side. Yes, sir.
hey, we've been rocking for a minute, so it's all. PCB know what it is, like I know what it is. I'm gonna put it that way. We know what it is.
What has been about 3 years? How long it's been?
Yeah, damn near 3 years. At least three, if not longer. So, but nah, man. Hey, you know what it is, my brother. And nothing but love and respect. Keep doing your thing, man.
No doubt. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, hey, look, I'm trying to go to bed. Look, I'm at 3 hours right now. I said I'm keeping it at 2:30, and I'm at 3. All right, man, Mr. Chairman.
I did a 15-hour live stream the other day when they fought.
Don't say that. Don't look. When Rolly got when Rolly with Ryan, I had to do a 24-hour live stream. And get what I did? A 24-hour live stream. Had to do it because I betted on it. I said if Rolly beat Ryan, I'm doing the 24-hour. That why I don't bet nobody nothing. ATL Unanimous done already ran off with $100 from me. The nigga owe me $200 right now. So I don't bet nobody nothing no more because of those two situations.
Well, that was a shocker, you know.
But it is what it is. Hey, you got to be a man of your word, and the way you a man of your word, hey, you know, I feel like I'm the same.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, much love and respect. Get some rest and keep doing your thing, my brother.
All right, my man. Till next time.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Chapman.
Hey, before pull out, man, everybody make sure you go and sub the Pull Counter Boxing. You know, that brother is solid. His topics is definitely solid. And on top of that, you get to speak your mind, man. And we talk boxing over there. So definitely sub to the brother and participate. Hey, with my time, I'm going to say this. Since Ronnie is here, shout out to Bud. Bud went in there and did his dang thing. And had him to the point where, you know, he couldn't even tell whether he was coming and going. Man got frustrated and he openly just tapped out, man. I think round 10 he tapped out. And I think that's why it was hard for them to fully give him the fight, man, because in the other fight with Laura, you know, Laura was slowing down and Canelo was still working. But in this fight, man, your boy Canelo had tapped out and you couldn't just give him fight, even though they tried. And congratulations to Bud. He carried out that game plan and he did a damn good job. I said he would win 8 rounds and they still give him the decision, but unfortunately for Canelo, they wasn't fooled by the ish this time around. Shout out to Canelo, man. He had a hell of a career, man, and I don't know what he's gonna do right now with his last 2 fights, but if I was him, man, I would make the money fights. So that means Benavidez, I'll be calling his ass, trying to make that fight, and then whomever else.
Stop the cap, Mr. Chapman. That man is not gonna fight Benavidez.
He can get a lot of bread for that fight, though.
I'm just telling you what's gonna happen.
I know. I'm just saying if he would, because
Hamza Sherrod is next. Hamza Sherrod. Oh, how you say his name?
Hamza Shiraz, man. That's a shame, though, because it ain't gonna do what it could do if it was Benavidez. But you know, other than that, you know, it's time for him to ride off into the sunset. He had a hell of a career. He done made a legacy. And on top of that, he secured his family, man. So he done did a whole lot. But Teofimo, I know they talking about, if you look at the interview, they asked him if it was going to happen. The first thing that Ninja said was hopefully. Then he started saying a whole lot of other ish that don't sound like he going to fight Shakur. So I don't expect him to fight Shakur. You remember when somebody was told to take their son to the altar and offer him up? And that man, he did it. And right when he was about to carry it out, the ram was in a thicket. Well, there's going to be a Claggett in the thicket, dog, or something like that, and he won't make that fight. And if he does fight Shakur going to dominate him. If he does fight Hitchison, I got Hitchison. If he does fight my man,
No, hold on, Mr. Chapman. Don't do it now because.
Okay, I got you. I won't do it now.
The next show, we're gonna. I couldn't get to it well because you know Nick is gonna be out of order, and so I couldn't get to who beats who. So save that because we still gonna get to who beats who because that's the game we like to play around here.
For sure. Well, with that, man, one thing I know is if you come on this show, you got to have your ass in order and you got to be respectful because you talking the Dub right side, Mr. Respectfully. And if you ain't rocking on the right side, what the fuck you rocking at anyway? So on that note, man, I'm out. Always much love. Shout out to my man, Ronnie Bravo. Shout out to his man, Bud Crawford. And I'm out.
Much love, Mr. Chapman. Ronnie Bravo, are you in the building?
I'm still here, my brother.
All right. Hold on. We're going to do things the right way. Ronnie Bravo, give me your last words. And you know what we're going to do? This is how we're going to do it. Because me and you, we done rock for a minute. We done judge shit together. I owe you this one right here. Ronnie Bravo, your last words and take your time. And get what we gonna do? This right here. We putting you full screen, brother.
Oh yeah.
It's all on you. You got
Shout out to you, Dub, right side, always on the right side, for helping me and bringing me and inviting me to your reindeer games. You know, you're a real one. You always let me up here, let me rock with you, and I'm always gonna, have love for you for that. I want everybody to just remember their Sunday school manners, like they used to teach you in Sunday school. Before you eat, before you put that food to your mouth, before that fork hits that plate, you bow your head and you pray to Lord Bud Crawford for saving us from the iniquities of boxing politics, overhyped fighters, bullshit ass cherry pickers. Thank you, Lord Bud. We know we keep picking against you, Lord Bud. Every time you have a big fight, we pick against you. And yet you come in here and you stonewall these fighters who we say you can't beat. We appreciate you, Bud. Thank you for saving us against our own sins. We're overhyping fighters who don't even go for legacy, who are fighting against YouTubers, who are having exhibitions and they've never even unified. And yet we glorify that. Thank you, Mr. Three-time Undisputed, for showing us the fucking way, for showing us how to get down. We thank you. We pray to you. Thank you, Lord Bud. We know we used to put fighters like Lomachenko ahead of you in the pound-for-pound rankings. We know we have a heavyweight in the pound-for-pound rankings who people are saying are above you in pound-for-pound, even though the fucking ranking was designed not to have heavyweights. We appreciate you, Lord Bud Crawford, for everything you do for us. We know we don't deserve you. We don't deserve you at all. But you're here and you have saved us and you have shown us the way. So we thank you for that. Amen. My man, Doug,
man, you
thank you
can't.
for a lot.
Please, that's so sacrilegious. That's so sacrilegious. Go ahead, man. Finish your. Man, hey, you too. What Ronnie Bravo, man, that's so sacrilegious what you just said right there. It's ridiculous. It is what it is.
Hey,
but
man.
you my brother. Go ahead.
That's all I got, bro. I appreciate everything you do. You got the best thing smoking on here on YouTube. You and other YouTubers, shout out to KO as well. But, y'all my homies, and I appreciate you for letting me up, bro.
Hey, man, appreciate you, fam. And congratulations. Congratulations. You was absolutely right. And, hey, any day of the week, I'm going to eat my crow. I'm taking it straight on the face. You feel me? So,
don't say that.
Well, I am. Hey, man, I don't know. I don't. All right. I don't know what was crazy about that, but
You
I'm gonna say
it straight on the face.
Let me say it this way. What they say? Pause.
Yeah,
That's what they say in New York. Pause.
So take it on the chin. Let's just say that. Yeah.
Bro, you know it's so crazy. Look, I listen to Fat Joe and Jada. I listen to Mace and Cam, and they be saying pause. I be like, what was the pause for? I don't even understand it. That ain't how we rock down here. Like, nigga, just say what you gonna say. Say what you gonna say and live your life. But I understand y'all city niggas. I understand it. So
man, they got my country nigga too. I'm in the Carolinas.
Damn, you in Carolina? Damn, what you talking about? You hold on? You supposed to be on my side.
I mean, I get you. I understand a lot. Like them northern boys, they really do be saying pause.
Oh man, I don't, man. Anything that's understood ain't gotta be said.
That's like, yeah, I get you.
Like, I ain't never grow up saying pause. Anything I say, if I'm not a one of them guys in that community, nigga, pause is the last thing on my mind.
I get you.
I had to think about it. You seen it. Respect.
Yeah,
Respect. But nah, man, shout out to my brother Ronnie, man. Congratulations. And shout out to Bud, man. Bud did his thing. He ain't got no problem.
Absolutely. Shout out to you, Dub. I appreciate you, homie.
Hey, man, much love and respect, my brother. Much love and respect. I don't know how this thing happened, y'all. 3:15. The show was supposed to be cut off at 2:30, and we had 3:15. Man, shout out to everybody who pulled up on the panel. Shout out to everybody who pulled up in the chat. Love y'all. I'm out, man. I ain't even got clothes and work. I ain't got none of it. I do got to give y'all this draw right here because a lot of niggas are mad right now that Tank and Jake Paul not happening in Atlanta. All I'm telling you is
what happened? I just got my hair done 2 days ago and she put grease in my shit, so the shit was like, you know, like when you sweating and things like that and the grease come in my face, it burnt my eyes type shit. Damn, why y'all booing like I'm saying bullshit? Like this is real facts. Come on, man. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. Swing the wind, it's gone. I just got my hair done.
We don't give a fuck. And I wasn't, even as a Georgia brother, I wasn't going to the fight unless I had credentials. Now, I will say I'm mad because I was working on getting credentials for that fight, and so I could go talk to some of the other fighters. I will say that I am upset about that piece of it. But outside of that, man, it ain't even a real fight. Man, I don't want no exhibition down here. And shout out to Georgia. See, niggas mad talking about, oh, you losing money. Nah, Georgia got real niggas down here. Niggas that's gonna say, man, that's some bullshit. And we don't want that shit. Shout out to Georgia, man. Salute to everybody who pulled up, man. Much love and respect. And just know, when you're over here, man, you're rocking on the right side.
Bud Crawford is a fight fan. And he's a fight fan's fighter.
The Ennis Express is a runaway train.
Ain't no pressure when you built for this.
Man down. Round one. The truth hurts.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the undefeated super flyweight from San Antonio, Texas, Jesse Bam
The universally recognized undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin